a blanket. Come on, Keaton.
I guess your butt don't stink too much.
Our boy Keaton. His butt does not stink too much.
It implies that it's.
I was just repeating. I didn't say that.
Dude, I know that's the way you think of Keaton.
No, that's not all I think of Keaton.
Bro.
Maybe after a fight, but I wouldn't say
Dude,
now.
I think of Keaton all the time.
Lately, I don't even gotta sweat that much.
True.
Yeah, true. The last 2 fights, you haven't had to do very much at all.
Welcome to the
We started.
conscious.
Tell you also, I don't want to tangle it. Dude, what a shitty podcaster I am.
This man on my left.
It's the Vanilla boy spelled with an E, not an I.
Blueberry on top.
Yeah. For the first conscious cast, I am officially not blonde.
Wow.
The blueberry.
That is crazy to think about.
And
Interesting.
If you want to be real clear here, it's E, not an I, like vanilla. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like Vanella, Vanell,
Like boy with
Nell,
an I?
not
Is that
nil.
what you mean?
No, not
Like
not
the I
V-O-I.
instead of a Y?
Like Justin with an E, not an I.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been thinking
You
about
named
that.
yourself after Justin?
No, he named himself after me.
Like Taylor with an E, not an O?
Yes.
My sister.
Y'all are basically the same age.
I mean,
He's actually older, but
well, he's a
you know
fan.
that's embarrassing. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's like, I know that it is like that after your guys' fight, he's going to have to suck up his ego and realize that we're the dopest rapper-fighter combo that he's ever seen.
He's just going to give up as soon as he walks you out.
Dude.
I didn't realize it was
Most
like
people
that.
do in their head.
Yeah, right.
If I had to guess.
I wonder about that from time to time.
Yeah,
Like,
sit-
what do they
sit-
feel?
just
Like,
watch
Do you always come out second?
for Seth and for Connor, I did.
Dude, didn't you come out second for,
No, for Sakai, I came out first.
what the fuck was that kid's name?
The guy
Oh.
you grappled?
Yeah. Didn't you come out second for that?
Yeah, I did.
Do you even count that?
It's hard to.
You can't count, you
I
can't
hate
count
it,
on
bro.
your
Everything
record.
about that.
Grappling.
Yeah, like I was going to say, you can't count on
Undefeated.
your records that you really care about. You don't
Yeah.
really care much about your grappling record, do you?
It just reminds me of a fucking horrible last night, bro.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I'm Keaton Mad Dog Miller.
Hey, I'm Days.
I'm Seth A.M. and that is spelled with your heart and not your mind.
Fair enough. We got Jaden.
Yeah, I'm just Jaden. I ain't got nothing crazy.
He's not
Not
Jay.
yet.
Yeah, you're not Jay anymore?
Yeah, not Jay.
Yeah, I can be Jay again.
Jaden.
Just the average consumer.
I'm Jaden. I want to talk. Well, unless somebody else has something they want to talk about first, because I'm gonna break open something with Keaton, because I have, like I had him guess, 3 different discussions that I want to get his take on, just for the pod. Do you remember what they are? Honestly, if you do, pick whichever one you want first.
You know what? Let's get this fucking.
Are you gonna pick that one first? Dude, this one's gonna be long if you pick this.
Fuck.
I
You
just
know what?
told you
You know
guys
what?
about this.
Let's make this as short and sweet as possible. All right. Anyone who thinks that this man, who has been fighting for his family, for his loved ones, his whole life, would stoop to the level, especially when he was already rich and famous,
Yep.
of
Draping?
Dude, you're just lucky we're
of
live on TikTok
yeah.
right now.
So if this man picked this grape, right, who's significantly worse looking than his wife.
Facts. So you don't buy it?
No, dude, she said in the description that that word for word, from what I can remember, he held me in several chokeholds throughout the encounter.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear what she said he said?
No.
Now you know how I felt when I tapped out to Khabib.
Oh, what he said to her. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
she said he said. That was the claim. She said when they were in bed with one another, that's what Conor said.
I thought he responded to her with that, like on Twitter or some shit.
No, she said that in the act, that's what he said. Dude, Tristan and Andrew were reacting to that, and they were like, we both have fought, we both have lost. We would no fighter would ever say that. What fighter would
Dude,
say
he's-
that?
Demasculating to yourself.
Why would you say that?
Like, it's like demasculating to yourself. It doesn't really make any sense. Nothing about it's adding up from what I've heard you guys say. I haven't really looked into it myself, but
He got dropped from his whiskey label that he helped build. They dropped him.
You know what's funny, though?
how?
The only charge he had to do, like the only thing he got penalized for this, because he was guilty.
No, he was liable.
Well, yes, yeah, found
He
liable.
was not guilty. He was found liable.
he had to pay $250,000.
200.
that's it.
Yeah.
It was like
yeah.
240 maybe, 230.
I think it was 257. I believe so.
Okay, 257,000.
I believe it was
Around
257.
That's all.
I mean, I'm sure that's pocket change for him.
Right.
It's the principle of it.
Well, it's the public reputation of it.
Dude, he just got dropped by fucking Proper 12.
Is that
Someone
his
at my
whiskey
gym
label?
told me that.
Yes, they dropped him, and
I-
he helped build.
I
them.
thought he was bullshitting. I was like, no, he literally owns that company. Like, what do you mean? But I didn't fucking know. That
They
is
don't want his
crazy. I
face
definitely
on it.
believe it.
They don't want his face on it.
Like, I don't understand I think you said this the other night, but you were like, dude, if they're gonna fake claim, then they should like get the same.
Penalty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, if it was real.
Yes.
On the other end.
Have you heard about this, Jaden? Conor McGregor was found liable for
Picking grapes.
graping a woman in 2018, and he had to pay a $257,000 fee to her. And it's not the money, obviously, for this guy. This guy's fucking filthy rich, but it's just the reputation that's going over his head and his face right now. That is absolutely insane, especially since it was found liable, not guilty. They're not the exact same thing. Seth knows more about it than I do. I was kind of talking to Seth about it. Yeah.
I think I know more about it. I'm not a lawyer.
Fair. I mean, you were explaining like a civil case.
You definitely would be the most likely to be a lawyer out
I
of all of
agree.
us.
Fair. I'll take that. I'll say what I do know about it.
So is Conor guilty or?
Well, as far as my opinion on whether he's guilty, I don't know the guy. I don't know what evidence was presented. I didn't see the case. And
Charged right now.
off of what you guys are saying, just specifically, I think the most convincing thing for me is the claim that is being made about what he said during the encounter.
Yeah, bro,
Sounds
that-
kind of far-fetched. But either way, there may be other evidence. I don't know. I haven't looked into it, to be honest. But as far as the difference between liable and guilty, a liability is in a civil case, such as if you defame someone. It's not against the law in the sense that you're going to go to prison for that. That in those cases you will be tried in a civil court, and it's a defendant against a plaintiff. The plaintiff is the person that gave the complaint, so it's the plaintiff.
It's like how I was talking about Drake taking on the label.
Yes,
That's
yes.
gonna be like a civil case. They're not
Fair.
gonna like fucking go to jail over that, but
It's
they probably will get fined for it.
That's what, like, for example, when they say decriminalizing weed. If you're decriminalizing weed, that means that now it can only be held in a civil trial. You can't be put in prison. The sentence can't be going to jail. But if you're held liable, it's you owe this person money. And that could be the government. It could be the United States of America against Keaton Mad Dog Miller.
That's
and
what I was gonna
he would
say.
owe the government money.
Yeah.
And
because he's gotten into politics recently. He's been like, because he came out like a year or two ago talking about how Ireland's government is corrupt and that he genuinely wants to make a difference, and he feels like he can. And there was a year.
Line makes sense.
Right.
That's what I'm saying, because he's already been like, there's been a couple times where it's came out that he might have sexually harassed this chick, but he just beat that shit with evidence. And for this one, it's like this chick was like, there's not really any evidence of anything, so I can just say this shit.
Right, she did not press charges. He has not been charged with and proven guilty of sexual assault. He has been accused,
Yes.
and then it's possible that it came to. He's saying that he was found liable.
Right.
That sounds not like a settlement. That doesn't sound like behind the scenes Conor and this woman and their lawyers got together and made a deal, because that is also possible, to where Conor might say, in order for us to not go through with this case and any evidence be presented and my name be dragged through the mud in the process, we could just settle this behind closed doors. I'll give you whatever money we agree on, and then you guys stop talking about it. But that's not what happened. He goes to court
Couldn't do it.
because he's convinced in some way that he could win this and not have to pay them any money. In those scenarios, that is why someone would go to court,
Yeah.
because they are convinced they could win.
So there's two important pieces of context in this whole court case that I have looked into. I want to look more into it to make sure this is right, but I'm going to at least say it. One, she claimed that another person that same night did the same thing, and she got denied of that case twice for insufficient evidence. And then lastly, there is a video of her, apparently after the act had been done, rubbing on and hugging Conor at the same party that same night. So there's a lot of I don't know. There's a lot of things that are up in the air, and it's just crazy to see Conor get dragged through so much mud.
I wonder if, and it is possible that he could appeal.
Everybody's hoping that he does.
So he
Should.
will probably appeal.
He should given all of the evidence that is not there. Like,
We could see this.
It's literally he said, she said, bro.
right. It's all
That's-
hearsay.
We could see this turn into. There are limitations to what can become a Supreme Court
It
case,
feels like defamation.
right?
Fine.
Like
It's a form of defamation, but it's a very specific, and it's
because it's like murdering his.
Public presence.
his image,
Yeah, it's like defamation is like
defame.
Fair.
it's like technically Diddy got defamation.
So it would
But-
specifically be like defamation of character.
Yeah, they're like she's ruining his businesses that make him money,
Mm-hmm.
or not ruining the business, but ruining his hand in the business.
Mm-hmm.
She's ruining his public image, which is not just allowed. You can't just do that to somebody and just be like,
Right.
yeah, it's whatever.
And it's so many people that are gonna look at shit and not look into it.
Right? They're gonna see the headlines.
And Conor McGregor's
It's
so
TikTok, right?
famous that everyone knows who Conor McGregor is, and this has been seen by so many people. I see so many posts about it and videos about it. It's like unfucking real, bro. Like so, this dude that I grew up with, he was like my best friend when I moved to the area. He is one of these
You know who I
guys,
think it is?
Jacob Longo.
Oh shit! Okay. That's not who I thought it was.
The full name drop.
Yeah.
This
love
fucker, I just get on Facebook and I see, if you support Conor McGregor, unfollow me or some shit. And so I screen recorded it and I was like, okay. I went, laughed at it, and then unfollowed, and I was gonna post it, but I was like, bro, fuck it. It is what it is.
Dude,
But like, how can you? Retardedness, bro.
It's really funny that
Fair.
you say
Fair.
Jacob, because so I did this. I have like this escapade of like DMs where I'll just hit up random girls and just send them a puzzle piece
Yeah.
just to see which ones will react or not. And one of them reacted, and a lot of the times it'll be like they'll just send back question marks, be like, what? And I'll be like, I'm just trying to piece together why we've never spoken before. And then I did it to his girl, and I didn't even know it. And she responded. She was like, that was pretty smooth. I got a boyfriend, though.
How old is this guy? Your age? Oh, LOL.
No, she said she was pregnant. That's what it was.
What?
Because doesn't he have a kid? He, like, just recently had a kid or some shit.
This was recently?
I think so.
Yeah, because they just announced it like a week ago, I think.
What?
That
That they?
she's pregnant?
I think.
Dude, I swear.
Because he had a kid like miscarried.
I feel like they...
like
oh,
a year ago.
Maybe that's what it was.
Oh,
she was,
okay.
like, pregnant when I hit her up.
Oh, so okay. This might have been like 8 months ago type thing.
Yeah, it
Is he
could've been
MMA?
a while ago.
Kickboxing.
No.
This man is alcohol.
Who is? Why is he even in this discussion then? That's what.
Because I just thought it was funny that this guy who knows nothing about nothing
Oh.
feels comfortable
yeah.
saying, if you support Conor McGregor, unfollow me.
That sounded like something that a fighter would. Well, I don't know. Maybe the fight community all defends Conor. I don't know.
Well, that's also what I was telling him is like, Conor McGregor's so famous to where it reaches everyone. There's so much.
Even if you're not watching
coming
UFC
out
or
about it.
anything like that.
Yeah.
You don't even
True.
you don't have to know. You don't have to watch what Conor McGregor does to know who Conor McGregor is.
It's like if Kanye was accused of it.
Why do you-
Everyone would know. Everyone
Why do you
would know.
think people make public posts saying, if you support blank, unfollow me? What do you think the biggest motivation, even subconsciously, that is underneath that?
To make a statement?
Right.
To be on a side and be right about something and sticking up for what's right and having that feeling of like, oh, he raped this famous.
Well, it's not grape anymore.
Oh,
I'm saying grape because if we clip this, YouTube can if we say it, YouTube can remove it.
You better hope that
that makes
it
sense.
even
TikTok can as well.
that even doesn't hear the G coming out.
True, I guess that's what a lot of big YouTubers say, and they get away with it.
Yeah, fair.
Pressed about it.
Yeah.
Fair.
To be honest, I understand the gripe.
Dude, I don't want to lose 45 minutes of making a reel where we say, and then it gets just deleted.
Wow. Deleted?
Yeah, they will delete it. They have the right to remove it.
There has been instances where like people have said, even the smaller channels, like that shit does happen.
If it detects it, if the AI detects the word being said, and then a moderator checks it, they have the right to remove it from the app.
Would it not be?
Let's test it. Rape.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's like, dude, if I can't say
Holy
rape
crap.
in the context of, like, literally, Conor's being accused of rape.
The topic
That's
of
literally what it is.
Right.
yes, a public figure going through a public case,
Mhm.
and we're discussing that.
Right, I hear that, but
I'm not saying that I would do something like that. It's
let's ask ChatGPT. let's see what
But I
ChatGPT
can
has
see
to
TikTok
say.
not throwing it in the algorithm if this is
I can't reply to that
if
word.
is in the clip.
You're asking ChatGPT.
So you were saying
if the Vanella boy would rape
you think it's
No.
defamation?
Definitely not asking that.
Speaking of defamation.
Now, this video is definitely getting ripped off.
If that's what he said, he was
What
putting
were
it
you
to ChatGPT.
So you said you think it's defamation. Her posting it online or anything saying like that publicly without taking it to court would be usable for defamation, but the fact that she's taking it to court is her legal right, even if she's lying.
She's exercising her rights. Well, is she American or Irish? Irish.
Oh, I guess I don't know.
American.
The way you said.
If this is a case outside the United States, then I have no clue because our laws are
I
not the
wasn't
same.
even thinking about that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I think
either
I
way-
think it's America.
Either way, if it's not gonna be like put under blast as defamation,
Let's
it is literally
see.
defamation because if
Oh, right.
if she is lying and all of this shit is going down, such as him losing out on his own whiskey brand.
Yeah, I
that
totally
is
agree.
Defamation to the max.
Conor
Absolutely.
McGregor literally is proper 12 whiskey. Like,
from
I
Dublin.
don't understand how that happens. She's Dublin.
Yeah, so it's Ireland.
So that might make it even worse for him, honestly.
Yeah.
If it was
Well, unless
American,
she was here, just I don't know. Like I don't know where the case is being held.
well, it probably was in Ireland because he has his own bar.
I can see that.
Can I read this real quick?
You know how we obtained the bar? So he one time like hit an old man in the bar and got like in trouble for that because
I heard about that.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he wouldn't drink Connor's whiskey. Like he was offering it and he wasn't drinking it.
So
And
Connor
so-
punched him?
There was more to it,
Oh,
but
okay,
that was
okay.
basically it. Yeah, and then he punched him, and then the owner of the bar like put a restraining order on him in the bar or whatever that's called.
They like
Um,
barred him from the bar.
Yes, correct.
Fair. They didn't let him drink anymore.
So then he just bought the bar.
Oh wow.
Baller, bro.
Yeah.
YouTube's community guidelines prohibit content that includes explicit or graphic depictions of sexual violence. While the platform doesn't explicitly ban the use of the word rape, videos discussing such topics may face restrictions, especially if they contain detailed descriptions or are deemed not suitable for all audiences. Creators have reported instances where videos addressing sexual assault were demonetized or age restricted due to their sensitive nature. I guess that's better than being removed.
I don't think detailed information.
Huh?
That's what I was getting at, and
What is
also
it?
I just don't think that they can just straight up take it off of YouTube.
Fair.
The
You-
only thing I guess I could say is they literally would not let us post the Henry Baker episode
True.
because of copyright.
True.
That's a different scenario, I think.
They did that with
It's not freedom of speech.
the Full Nelk or the Full Nelk,
Who?
the Full Send podcast when they
Yeah.
had Trump on. YouTube just removed that off of YouTube.
Well, yeah, I guess they've done that shit. They did that with Tate too.
They tried to do it to Joe Rogan, but Joe Rogan was like, yeah.
Rogan's that guy, bro. Yeah, doing that.
Yeah, because he doesn't push any kind of agenda, so he doesn't. They can't just restrict him for anything.
Yeah, I would say Full Send is very like they let it be known that they're red pill type shit.
Oh yeah, they like Trump. All right, what about
Had to get that quick of you.
Huh?
You're just
Dude, you're the one looking at my phone. You're the weird one.
fair.
Which one? Do you want to talk about Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, or do you want to talk about John Jones versus Stipe? I just want to hear the fighters' take on these.
Shit wasn't rigged.
Fair. Okay. A
can't-
bunch of people are saying it was rigged. Do you think it was rigged?
He said, "Fuck yeah."
I don't
Do you
think
want
it's
this?
rigged. What I think happened was, I think Tyson started getting worn out. You know, he's 58. Paul could have knocked him out later rounds, and I think he just chose to not and allow the fight to go to the card. So that way, you know what I mean, he didn't get knocked out, saving his legacy, and he still gets the win.
There's a lot about that I agree with.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking much it. That is.
There is moments where I've seen videos where Tyson literally had the counter swing and stopped, which he's never done before.
Do you feel like I feel like that is insecurity in his age and how he knows that like Jake's bigger.
Yeah, he had a lot
So
of
he was
control,
like
too. That was good.
maybe because he knows how fast he used to be when he was that age, and so he's like, do I want to waste energy? And I feel like it's just all second guessing, and that comes with not being in the ring.
Dude, for
And
a long
age.
time.
Yeah, like
Not being in the ring for a
Yeah.
long time.
The last time he was in the ring was against Roy Jones Jr. Yeah, when Jake Paul was on the undercard.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was
What happened?
very
If
interesting.
you watch Tyson back then,
Mike Tyson's last fight against Roy Jones Jr., the co-main event was Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson.
Dude, Nate Robinson was the guy I was telling you that was the basketball player, and they were like, dude, this man needs to stop fighting people that are not boxers because he's a legit boxer and somebody's gonna get hurt.
yes.
Because he knocked the fuck out of Nate Robinson, bro. It wasn't even close.
Nate should not have been.
Dude, Nate's like fucking 5'10" or some shit. He's short.
Fair.
They were the same weight though at the time.
Fair. I don't know, bro.
Dude, Sakai, Justin's short, bro. He's like 5'6".
Mike Tyson's 5'10". He is.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Damn, I'm taller than Mike Tyson.
Yeah. He
Dude, you could probably.
he was just a genetic freak.
Dude, I don't even know, bro. I feel like I wouldn't even stand a chance in Mike Tyson, bro. Like if me and him fought right now in boxing, nah, I'm good.
Look,
No way.
this was Mike Tyson when he was 13.
another problem too is you would have to deal with having no personal space because like you watch.
He looks
videos,
older than I look right now.
he was
Yeah. Look at his arms, bro. That's not
Yeah,
a
his pressure was
13-year-old's
insane.
arms.
leaning into you and he'll take you to the wall.
He looks like
Correct.
He's
Very true.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
How is that 13, bro?
Apparently, that's what it's saying.
Dude, this guy is a genetic freak job. Do you know where he was from and shit? He was from like. Was it?
he was from somewhere very
It was
violent,
like in
right?
New York. Yeah. I don't know if it was Brooklyn.
It might have been
exactly.
Brooklyn.
Yeah. I did, bro. Yeah. That shit was sick. Yeah. Yeah, he did go back to that exact house. Yeah. And he was like, it used to be way dirtier than this.
Dude,
Yeah, New York City.
New York City.
Yep.
Nice.
everybody was like, if you watched him train, you would see why it's fake. And then I remember like me and you were talking about it. Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, I was talking into the beer
Well,
can.
here's talking to you.
Fucking, they were like, if you watch the training, like you would understand why it's fake. And I remember talking to you about it, and it's like it's different. It's not the same vibe in the dude. I bet Conor was going ham training, he was like really like confident in his fighting and shit like that. Not in the ring. Not in the ring. Not in the hexagon.
The biggest thing.
The octagon, yeah.
The biggest thing is cardio. I can take punch back workout and go ham for a good 20, 30 seconds. But when it goes like 8 rounds,
Right.
I don't go that fast nonstop.
Yeah.
There were short clips of him
Right.
sparring,
I agree.
and there's nobody punching back, so he also didn't have to be defensive. It was just all.
Well, not only that, but it's all landing, so he's wasting less energy by doing that. So if he's throwing punches at Jake and Jake is outmaneuvering that, which he did hit a couple good shots on Jake, I won't lie.
Oh yeah.
So and that's where it was like, okay,
the first 2 rounds weren't really like that. And they're like, oh, yeah, you see.
They gave at least the first round, maybe the second round, to Tyson.
Yeah, because he was doing what I would have expected Mike Tyson to do. But obviously it just can't last like that.
Yeah.
And then they're all like, look at Jake like running around. He knew that this was going to be like. I'm like, bro, he knows that Mike Tyson be knocking motherfuckers out. That's why he's doing
And
that.
he's taking advantage of his age
Yes.
and saying, I can just literally outmove him.
Yes.
That's literally all it takes.
Yeah.
Because the dude's fucking almost 60 years old. I don't understand why everyone is like, why is he fighting 60-year-old men? Like, this is so embarrassing. But in the same breath, say that he's faking these fights.
Yeah.
He's obviously not if he's...
Dude, when we were
He's
there,
a brain, people.
it was like, okay, this is how the general public is. I love to pay attention to people while they are in this kind of like sheep mindset.
Fair.
All these people on the internet who probably have never watched boxing, they just know who Mike Tyson is, they know who Jake Paul is, and everybody fucking hates Jake Paul, and everybody loves Mike Tyson.
Yeah. I wanted Mike Tyson to fucking win.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
I was cheering for Mike Tyson the whole damn
That
time.
would have been dope. And then, so they're like, fuck this YouTube kid. I hope Mike knocks him out, blah, blah. Well, then we're there. We're like at B-Dubs watching the fight. And there's this chick that I know that was sitting next to us, and she's loud. And then her and all the rest of the people at their table and everybody in the fucking bar essentially is like, yeah, fuck Jake Paul, bro. He's such a look at this douche, bro. He blah, blah, blah. They have a million things to say about him. She was talking about how Mike's gonna knock him out first round, and then she was saying all this stuff about
That
like
shit would have made me want to cheer for Jake.
fair. And then it was like, oh, he's about to fuck him up. Jake came out in the car and she was like, look at this guy. Who does he think he is? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this is how literally everybody is feeling, other than like maybe the people that are either on Jake Paul's side for the sake of controversy or are paying attention. So the third and fourth round go by. Obviously, Mike's gassed at this point, and you can tell. So he's starting to lose. Now it's about, look how sweaty Jake is. That's disgusting. They're not even talking about the fight anymore. She was like, look at his ass sweat. You can boom. I'm like, oh, so now that Mike is losing, you have nothing to say. So you'll find any reason to dog on Jake in this fight. And that was what it was about to begin with. It never had anything to do with Mike Tyson winning. You just wanted Jake Paul to lose.
The ass sweat is crazy.
Yeah, I was like, what are you even fucking talking about?
Yeah, literally. You heard his walkout song?
Yeah.
I appreciate
The
it.
shit from the
Yeah.
Hangover?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, I didn't even put that together.
Really?
It was just the fact that it was Phil Collins. That's the song that he's singing in The Hangover.
Oh, you just now got
yes,
that.
dude, I didn't realize that.
Really? Yeah.
That's crazy. I never thought
That
about
was the
that. That's
first thing I
fire.
thought about. I was like, oh.
Jake Paul
that's
came
so
out to
good,
that
bro.
song. That's so funny.
love
That makes
this
it even
song.
better, bro.
What do you guys think about the bow at the end?
Yeah, I respected
I
that.
respect that.
It was very, like he said, it was very obvious that he was like,
Tyson wouldn't shake his hand, but he's kind of weary too. He like started to pull out, or like fist bump or something.
Yeah,
started to pull out
he was
at the
like-
end, but he was kind of weary about it.
dude,
Yeah, he didn't want to get knocked out.
Yeah.
dude, that's what I'm saying. He's old now. Like, he's getting nervous and he's reacting nervously. Like, he has done too many mushrooms.
Fist bump at the end.
I don't think Jake Paul would have done that.
No, but I'm saying he would have.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever he was going through whatsoever.
Right. Yeah, dude, the biting of the glove, everybody's like, oh, he's just trying to hold back. I'm like, dude.
Are you serious?
Dude, that is such a nervous tick. It's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
He
he
would've gone
he
through
has
it.
like,
He's like, I don't want to fight you on this, but once again, I'm telling you, he's done that in all his past fights.
That's insane, dude.
it's like I kind of rub my nose a little bit and like do this.
True.
a little bit.
Did you watch the two female boxers before? Did you watch that?
Oh, man.
What do you think about that?
Oh, that shit was fucking. That was nuts,
Lots of.
dude. I think that chick headbutting her face off was fucked up, and I don't understand how she didn't.
Dude,
Dude, in
she
MMA,
did
you
it
would've
like
gotten-
9 times.
And still won the card.
And
only
then
got a single point taken.
yes,
in one round.
and then after she had busted it open, that's where she was punching. And
yeah.
then the guy at the end was like, yeah, she's done this in fights before. I was like, yo, that shit is fucked
Yeah,
up.
because they
How
fought
did she get
before
away
and
with
she was
that?
doing that. She just did it better this time.
How does?
Do something illegal like 3 times or something, you should be that should be it. You should just lose the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And warned her multiple times. She keeps doing it. It's clearly
Yes.
intentional.
They were like, the ref wasn't doing anything, and it was like he only one time really pressed her about like, hey, you gotta watch your fucking head.
Yeah.
And it was like after the 6th time that she'd headbutted the same exact spot that she already busted open on her face. And that chick has a fat ass head. I bet that shit hurt.
She's Irish.
Dude, her head was like a boulder. It's like
I thought it was like an alien head. It was
straight
Wait, you talking
skull.
about the one who got headbutted?
No, the one that
Okay,
headbutted.
yeah,
Oh, I was talking about the one that
Oh yeah, the one that got headbutted did not have enough face to block that.
What was it, like her husband or whatever that was defending her? Did you hear that?
I think it might have been her coach.
Wait,
Wait,
who
hold
was
up.
her
Which one?
coach? The girl that got headbutted, he
Okay.
defended her, saying
Oh, I guarantee it was good.
he was
I
saying
bet it was her coach.
Katie or whoever does this every fight. I
yeah,
noticed
it was her
that's
coach
that's
in
her
the ring.
coach?
Yeah, probably. Or at least one of her training partners.
One of her boyfriends, maybe. I don't know. But
Could be, bro.
maybe.
You know she signed under Jake Paul?
What?
That makes
And
a
she's
lot
from
of sense.
Ireland, or the other girl's from Ireland?
Yeah, the Puerto Rican chick.
Okay. I was about to say. Fair
Yeah.
enough. No, I didn't know that. Yeah, I thought that was horseshit.
Yeah, I was very pissed about the decision.
Yeah, the fact
Because
that
I
she
mean,
lost.
even without the headbutt and the point taken, I think she should have won anyways.
Dude, this is why you never let your fights go to decision.
Fair. It's hard in boxing.
True.
Boxing is hard.
Yeah, you have to get the knockout.
It's just
Yeah.
very game-ish and sciencey.
Fair.
It's not a fight really.
Do you think there's
It's like a strategy.
More- I was
Some
about to
some
say,
are
do you think
fights.
it's
It depends
more
on the
strategy?
style. Yeah, for sure.
Why is that?
Because there's literally only 2 weapons, and like
And there's so many
6
things that are
different ways
illegal.
of punching.
Mm.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of rules.
Yes, like
Apparently.
Conor
Right.
McGregor when he fought Floyd. Floyd was intentionally like when they'd get in the clinch area because he knew that Conor's dirty boxing would just be better because he's a fucking MMA fighter.
Fair.
He would turn away from him, and Conor's reactions were to punch, and like that's illegal. Like you can't do that. So the ref had to separate them.
Wait, what about the punch was illegal?
Like Floyd taking away, like if you're behind me and you're throwing punches,
Oh, okay.
even standing up like in the clinch, you can't do that in boxing.
You
And
cannot-
Floyd would intentionally turn away.
Dude, that makes a lot of sense. There was somebody, I can't remember if it was during that card or what. But I was like watching somebody turn around. I felt like it was
The 2 guys.
the 2 Spanish dudes.
Yes. What did you guys think about that fight as well?
I only watched the co-main and main.
I really liked that fight. It was a draw, which was
Wait,
Yeah, it was so offside.
I caught that fucking fight.
it was actually
too.
pretty dope. If
The-
you could rewatch it, I
The
would.
one, no, I think I only caught like the last 2 rounds actually.
Bro, if you could rewatch it, I would.
I
It's
think I
it's a
only caught the
really
2
it's a
rounds.
solid fight.
Thing on Netflix. I really went
Fair.
and watched
Was it freezing for you?
Yeah, literally, props to Apple because my iPhone and my iPad ran it perfect. But
Oh.
PS5, Roku TV, anything else, it was lagging.
That's how
That's
it was for
horseshit,
us. We
bro.
watched it on Alyssa's phone because it was fucking nuts.
That is so
I wonder
stupid.
I wonder what B-Dubs was doing then.
Drew, they were doing great.
Because there's no way they have Apple TV.
The whole thing was just loading. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We watched the whole thing in real time. Though.
Wow.
Every TV.
Probably
Well, they
their
were all from the
internet.
same. You think it was an internet thing? Like how powerful the
There's no
internet was?
way.
I don't know.
It would have. It was probably because. It was probably because the amount of traffic of Netflix on specific things. If I had to guess.
There was-
Ooh,
Really,
maybe.
There was a
Maybe.
million on there at the same time. They
Yeah,
came out the next day,
everyone is watching it, and that's the only place to watch it.
which is the worst move.
Because-
I don't think they should do that.
Dude, they made so much money, and Netflix is balling off of that because now they can start streaming sports on Netflix, and they've already during the boxing match they were promoting that they were going to start streaming football on Netflix.
Yeah, correct.
The
better do
fact that
better.
wait, what?
They better do a lot better.
Yeah. Then the laggy. Yeah.
I doubt that many people will tune into a football game.
Right.
Probably not.
If I see the Super Bowl on there,
I mean, yeah,
True.
You can't miss a
True.
commercial at that time. So I do not want to see
It's kind of fair.
So
on a streaming service until they get better with their bandwidth.
hopefully
Changes.
they took the budget that they had, or the profits that they made off of
And improve.
that fight, and then delegate it, make a budget that's going toward specifically that.
Well, it could also be something that was like unforeseen, because Netflix is not used to live events.
Mm.
So if they had like a buffering issue just across a bunch of platforms, I could see it being like maybe is this fucking for real, bro? I know.
Now we're buffering.
Oh, are we buffering
Yeah.
now?
Talk shit.
Yeah. They just swarmed
This
us.
mic isn't on, and I literally turned it on. I
Oh
turned it
my
on,
god,
so
that
I don't
mic hasn't been
understand.
on.
Man.
Wow.
Well, I'm sure this picked us up at least,
Do
but
you think it's like centered
Not
around
really.
these? I'm a goner.
Uh,
What a great word choice.
maybe it's something like in the future because in the event they can't really do anything but try to like troubleshoot in the moment.
Right.
So now that it's happened and over with, maybe they have. I'm sure Netflix has the ability to look into stuff like that and figure out what's going on and then prepare for that in the future.
I would hope so. I don't even have Netflix, but
We have Netflix.
oh, my sister's Netflix. Yeah.
Taylor with an E, not an I.
Not an O.
Yeah, that.
That's actually real. E. Oh, damn.
True.
E
I
not-
don't
yeah,
even think I've
yeah.
ever met a Taylor with an I.
Taylor with an I.
Taylor.
Like A-I.
Oh, like a
She'd be
Taylor.
tailoring.
Like T.
Uh,
yeah, Taylor. Like that.
I need.
Taylor.
need.
This is a question for you. Is John Jones the GOAT?
I would have to say it's hard to say that he's not, honestly. Maybe Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson.
Yeah.
But he's a 25er. Well, when he went to one championship after the UFC.
I really like
he was at
Anderson Silva.
35.
But throw him in.
Anderson
He went on
Silva.
forever. He went on forever.
Yeah, the thing with him is that he stayed too long and his legacy kind of got ruined.
That's Tony Ferguson. He's
Correct.
getting tore up.
Correct.
He hasn't won a fight in like 9 fights.
Yeah, he was like he had the longest winning streak in the UFC at one point, and now he's like on a
The longest
9-fight
losing
losing streak.
He
Might be, bro.
might be
Literally.
Hey, dude, if you're gonna go deep into one end, you gotta go deep into the other end.
I know that very well. Yeah.
But Anderson Silva had steroid allegations, which Jones does too a little bit.
Another person, if he didn't get, I can't remember what he got, some kind of STD or something. Brock Lesnar.
No way.
I can't remember what he got. He got some. I don't think it was STD, but it was. He got something like in his blood or something, and it really messed him up.
Oh,
Yeah, but he was really good.
Because he was gonna fight DC.
The first
the
UFC
dude who,
game I
lost to
beat,
John Jones.
he was the cover athlete, and he's who you fight for the championship.
Yeah. Brock Lesnar was like one of the early beasts for sure.
Yeah, he turned me on to UFC, bro.
So he just gets the ground just pummeling.
Dude, you guys heard it here first. Maddawgs says that Brock Lesnar turned him on.
It's true.
Oh, he did he? I think Brock Lesnar is the scariest looking UFC
Absolutely.
fighter. I can't think of a scarier.
That man
I
is
didn't think you would
terrifying.
agree, but I want to hear who you think
Bro.
it is.
Francis Ngannou.
He's pretty terrifying. He is pretty
Let me
terrifying.
think.
Synchronized beering.
Because I'm pretty sure Ngannou's bigger than Brock Lesnar.
Dude,
So-
Rampage Jackson.
Well, you think he looks terrifying?
I don't know, Brock Lesnar does look like a fucking Viking, bro.
Dude.
Have you seen his daughter?
Spitting image.
I have.
It's
yeah,
it's
it's
his
his
son.
son.
She's a herm.
Yeah,
Sherm,
yeah.
Sherm.
Yeah, bro, she is spitting image.
Yeah, she literally
She looks
like
so
Brock Lesnar.
much like him. No, I think Brock Lesnar is the scariest looking UFC fighter. Dude, you know John Jones, the only fighter John Jones has said to have been scared of was Rampage Jackson.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I don't see it. I mean, Rampage Jackson is intimidating, but I don't think he looks terrifying.
He's just like a legit, like, I'm just going in there to fuck you up.
Dude, watching
Like, I
him
don't
rip
have a
down
strategy,
that
I don't have a
door,
plan.
like, that's pretty scary.
That's fuck.
I'll give him that. There's a video of him,
funny.
like, kicking in a door and just ripping it off the hinges and just throwing it. Like, he was
He
very...
threw it? He threw the door.
Yeah, he threw the
Yeah.
door. He was very...
He even
Not
said
not
on
a
his
threw the
not a
door.
person though, right?
Yeah. No, he didn't do anything to a
Okay, thank
person.
God. That's a deadly weapon right
John
there.
Jones, criminal.
He actually does have a knock. It's like a famous, Pride.
Yeah.
It's a famous like knockout from when he was in Pride, and like a dude had him in like a triangle choke, and he picked him up and just fucking slammed him and knocked his ass out cold, and he went bam, bam.
Maybe I don't know exactly what Pride is. What is Pride?
It's like the original most popular MMA
Oh,
promotion.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Fair. So it's old school, I take it.
Yeah, it was like in a ring.
Are they still around or are they gone?
Oh yeah.
Like a
UFC
boxing
bought 'em
ring?
out. Yeah, it was literally in a ring, like squared ring.
Huh.
Didn't
Why?
do that shit.
Why is it that they changed it to an octagon? Does it?
I think Dana White did it consciously of like having their look.
Oh, so it's like a signature thing?
Fair.
Yeah, like
Cool.
the octagon is a UFC thing, not
Yeah.
an MMA thing.
People
For
say we're
sure.
going to fight in the octagon. Like, that's huge.
Like people make cages into an octagon.
No corners. You can't get nobody in a corner.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I like the ECC cage because it's a circle.
I was getting ready to say, I feel like I've watched you in it's not an octagon.
Yeah, the ECC one's circle.
Dude,
Does it doesn't have to be an octagon to be MMA?
No. I mean, MMA promotions could still run in a ring if they want.
Fair. Like a boxing ring?
They probably could. Amateur MMA,
Dude,
I
I
bet.
bet 765 runs theirs in a ring.
Dude, imagine watching MMA like Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler in a boxing ring.
I just feel like it would look weird.
It would not feel the same.
I mean, I guess I was on the wave after UFC had already pretty much established. So, like, I didn't really understand what was happening until
Same.
all of a sudden it was just there. And then, so it would just be weird to me to watch UFC or MMA in a boxing ring. I don't know.
I agree.
Watching like some old Pride clips, like when they come up through my Instagram feed or any shit, like it just looks odd.
I could not imagine watching wrestling on a boxing ring.
Dude, I feel like
I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty weird
the
wrestling
no
in a cage.
corners
Really?
It's
makes a
pretty weird.
lot of sense. Like, I feel like,
Especially in boxing, give them that corner.
yeah, well, it's like Keaton was saying, boxing, you only have a specific amount of moves that you can utilize. Those all make sense in a corner because they can't turn around. Otherwise, they're literally just turning around to the corner. It's like, what the hell is that? Nobody's going to do that. And in UFC, it's like a lot harder to operate in a corner, especially if you can go to the ground and use your feet. Because I feel like boxing makes the most sense because now you're in a box. Because it's like you're protecting this and they're the corner. Damn.
I never really thought about the difference because I feel like is it the same amount of surface area? Like, is the octagon bigger than a boxing ring?
It depends.
Oh wow.
I don't really know. But the thing I hate about it is like the corner situation because when I fought for Impacto, which is like the Indianapolis kickboxing promotion, that shit sucks. Like, cause like you're literally even when I spar like in my ring and at my gym, it's like
What about it?
It's just
Is it just the corners or?
yeah.
Fair,
It
okay.
just sucks having to think about it. It just sucks having to think about it.
Right.
Like about okay, I'm moving into the corner. Like I need to, which I mean I don't know.
Fair.
I just love MMA, bro.
Dude,
Everything about
I get
MMA
it.
is just
I get
I
it.
love it.
It says the UFC uses an octagon for a number of reasons, including safety. The octagon's design keeps fighters safe and contained. The wide angles of the octagon prevent fighters from being trapped in a corner. Fairness. The octagon's design gives all MMA athletes an equal advantage and eliminates the advantage of fighters who are good at cutting off the ring, which makes sense. It's balancing out the fighting styles so that everybody doesn't have to just be a boxer. Camera angles. The octagon's design allows for better camera angles, which I agree with.
But you can be good at cutting off the cage and keeping them like on
Fair,
the
but
thin side.
I bet it's more difficult
It
than
is.
keeping people trapped in a corner. And
Some of the surface area of the ring is essentially being shifted from the tops and the sides into the corners, and now there's more space. It makes you feel more comfortable going that direction,
Yeah.
and then also makes it easier because now the space that's at the top and the side is gone to move out of the corner.
Yeah.
Do you know like the diameter, I guess, of a boxing ring?
What's like the length of a side?
Because
Like from corner to corner.
the standard octagon is a diameter of 30 feet.
I was going to say it's got to be way bigger than that. I was thinking about 10 feet.
Like the UFC octagon.
Yeah.
I know that when they have fights in the Apex, like the little Las Vegas one where they don't even have a crowd really, that one's smaller than when they do crowd events.
Like the octagon itself is smaller.
yeah.
if a
Interesting.
boxing ring is 10 feet, that's like 100 square feet.
Oh yeah, 10 by 10.
So
Like, how big do you think the square is on that platform that we were sparring in?
That was at least 8 feet.
Yeah, it's pretty small.
I feel like that was at least 8 feet.
Probably half the size of a boxing ring, at least this way.
Yeah.
I can't. We got in that octagon, and
Oh yeah, you guys did. Yeah.
True.
that thing is 10 feet across.
You feel like it's that small? I wouldn't know. I wasn't in there.
Dude, it kind of low key. Dude, it's weird. It feels small. Like anytime. I think that's just the POV of fighter.
I was gonna
it's
say
just intimidating.
being literally trapped in the cage could make anything come off smaller.
Dude, I've been
first of
thinking
all.
about it like that recently. Of like,
You are literally.
I
Well, you're not trapped in there. They are.
of course, yeah, but like the
They're with
aspect
the
of
with the
like,
feral dog.
I'm putting myself in a position of like I have no choice.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
true.
when
You
think
can't get
about
out.
it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Never thought about it like
you
that.
said the
till recently.
diameter.
Yeah, the
It's
diameter
30
of
feet.
octagon is 30 feet with a 6-foot high cage.
I could see a boxing ring being 15 feet.
I believe that.
That would make it 225 square
We're
feet.
so warm by the fire.
I wish.
A circle, it's
It's like a circle.
it's half the diameter, 15 squared, which is 225. So actually, if that's the case, then it would still be a lot bigger because then it's multiplied by pi. So that would make it 3 times bigger than a boxing ring. So a boxing ring, maybe it's up to 20 feet.
Dude, I could
That's
see
what I was thinking.
I could see a boxing ring
I was gonna guess 400 square feet overall.
not being bigger.
Yeah, I think the octagon's bigger.
Yeah, I think so.
Because for the sake of ground movement and legs at play.
Yeah,
I
and
think
just
that you
shooting
need-
takedowns in general. Take
Yeah,
a lot of
that's
space.
yeah.
So would you rather fight in a circle or an octagon?
An octagon.
And why?
An octagon.
What's the drawback of a circle?
The padding of the corners, because like you have to have padding to connect the cage together,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where they put like logo sponsors and shit like that. And in an octagon, it kind of closes off the cushion on the sides.
Fair.
But like at the ECC one, you'll see like it kind of pokes out. It's kind of
The circle?
yeah, like the padding of the circle.
Oh, okay,
where
okay,
they
okay.
connect the cage links together, like where the logo sponsors
Yeah.
are. It kind of the padding of it sticks out because it's just a circle.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
When I think about being in a cage that's circular, I think of it, at least in my mind, I've never been in there obviously, but very differently than an octagon.
Yeah, it's a
I
little
feel like
different.
just a little.
Just a little.
It feels like it'd be a big difference because it's got more defined, sharp edges rather than just I don't know. There's no corner. What the hell's a corner?
That's kind of the same thing in the octagon.
Oh, okay.
Because it like
There's like divots,
yeah,
but there's not a divot in a circle, so I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know if a divot
With,
really
like,
means
two
anything.
people like fighting. It doesn't really make a difference. I guess is how. Yeah.
Fair point. I mean,
Like
either
the
way.
movement of like trying to stay away from the fence
Mhm.
is similar.
Fair.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Do you have anything to say about your upcoming fight? Just to have it here. I could send you the clip of it.
I just fucking can't wait. I just want to fight very badly. I'm tired of cutting weight. I just want to eat, get in there, happy and healthy,
That's so whack.
get a
bro.
knockout, get a fucking actually get my belt wrapped around my waist this time.
Oh yeah, bro! I forgot that your belt wasn't there the night that you won it. That is so fucked. Oh my
The
god.
next time that fucker says anything to me, that's what I'm gonna say. I already told. I forget who I talked about with this, but like, bro, you didn't even bring my belt.
Yeah, bro.
You have nothing to say to me.
That's crazy.
Who knows, you'll lose it.
Dude, I'm excited. Oh, okay.
No, you good.
Well, I was gonna say something to Keaton, but here, check this out.
I just got it on my foot.
All right. So, dude, I feel like I said this already, but I get like secondhand stress,
Okay.
like thinking about you being in there and like fighting. I'm like, dude, you know, I wholeheartedly believe in you, but obviously anything could happen. So I'm like, dude,
Of
I just don't want to
course.
see that
Yeah.
happen. And then I'm like, the closer it gets to the fights, I'm just like, yeah, it's in the bag. It's in the fucking bag. I already know it's in the bag, bro. Like,
I noticed that like my stress does relieve as I get closer.
fair.
Like on Monday and like especially like the Sunday and the Saturday beforehand, I'm like nervous as fuck.
Yeah,
bro.
amped, bro.
But now I'm just like chilling. I'm just very accepting of what I'm capable of.
I feel that.
Dude, what would suck, what I really don't want to see is someone break the rules in a way that would hurt you. Like
Yeah.
hitting you in the back of the head.
That would fucking
I would
suck.
hate that.
Is that
Yeah.
against the rule?
Yeah, you can't hit like
Very dangerous.
There's
yeah,
like
you
a-
can kill
believe that,
somebody
I
with
didn't know
that.
there's an interesting thing about it is like there's an area. Ooh, I have a pimple on the back of my head right there.
Here, you want me to?
That kind of hurt. But there's like an area of like behind the ear that you're allowed to hit. That's like a part of the equilibrium. But like once this line hits, like this right here.
It's
Your spinal cord.
Yeah. It's where it connects to your. You could get a subdural hematoma.
Yeah.
And
There's a
basically,
boxer
you could
that's
lose
like-
your
it's a pretty
ability to
famous
speak
story.
properly, walk properly.
Turn into a vegetable basically.
Yeah.
So what is that? The most fragile part of your body?
Your spine in general
Basic, yeah.
and your brain.
I would say maybe like right here though, on the top of your.
So not like near the neck, more near the. Scalp?
If you can once you start to feel it go soft, like you can tell.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I guess I would rather not get hit there.
Dude, do you guys have like a bone, like the back of your skull is like not just like flat?
Right.
Yeah, my head looks like a
there's
dick
like
tip.
almost a curve.
I have
yeah,
no, I have like a literal like part that protrudes from my head.
Yes.
I feel it
right at the
slightly.
center.
It feels like a little like tip of a trunk, like a
If
point.
Yeah.
like you know the dinosaurs that like have like the
Yeah.
that's what it feels like it used to be.
You evolved. From
Mm.
Yeah.
It definitely could have. It had to have come from something like that, and it being there still is probably beneficial in some way.
We're blocking. That's like our. Is that the weakest part of our brain that could be like damaged? So it has to stick out. It has to be the most thick.
It might just be that the way the back of the skull is shaped, it's capable of keeping it from shattering because it's thicker right there. Even the whole back of it is more sensitive because it's not the same shape as the front.
Fair.
The front of our head, it seems like we face forward. And so it's whenever we have an enemy,
What up, gang?
we turn toward it. Our eyes aren't on the side of our
fair.
head. Our eyes are on the front of our head, meaning we're more likely to be engaged rather than running away. Our
Chicken's
evolution.
making his rounds right now.
What up, bro? Our evolution shows that we're more likely to pursue or to engage rather than turn around and run away because that's why our spine is all the way at the back. We are protecting our spine.
Yeah.
Our most vulnerable place is there. Even though right here is pretty vulnerable, we have arms to protect that. Our arms don't go back.
Yeah. True.
They stay in front. So there's a lot that says that we're aimed forward as a species.
Is that like what you're noticing when someone's leaned forward in a fight versus leaning back?
Absolutely.
They're, like falling into their own evolution.
Well,
They're being the prey, not
yeah.
the predator.
Which one's the closest to hitting the back, and which one's the closest to getting their back hit?
Are we talking about fighting?
Yeah.
Whoa!
I don't know about that.
Like, what the hell did we get on?
I just know I enjoy that.
Hitting it from the what?
So you like leaning in or? Which one?
Depends, bro. You gotta do both.
Dude, if
To be
you
fair,
Gotta
that's
be
like your
balanced.
style.
if you
Yeah.
put your
Yeah.
head anywhere past here on someone's reach, anywhere past halfway, they can hit your head from the back. They can hug you and hit you from the back.
Damn.
Which is maybe not. I don't even think I'm pointing at my mouth at the mic, but
He's pointed over here.
yeah, but that it endangers you, and they can even. I mean, it's against the rules, but if you're out on the street,
There are no rules.
yeah, if somebody bashes the back of your head against the ground, that could kill you.
Yeah.
You ever seen like gymnasts
Yeah. Hit their head on a bar.
Bro.
Yeah.
And they're going like 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, and centrifugal force is like
Their body like goes into it.
it's a multiplier of
Yes.
Yeah,
It
shit's
kicks
crazy.
up momentum through itself.
yes.
And then they
Fuck
just
that.
bash their head on something. Have you ever seen
Horrible.
No, I don't want to.
You'll see one eventually.
Now that David's talked about it around you and your
Yeah,
phone,
my
yeah, you'll
phone's
probably
gonna
see it.
My phone might be dead, actually.
Oh
Dude,
shit!
that'd be good on
It's
you,
never
bro.
dead.
Well, you're friends with
always
people
listening.
that have phones that are listening.
Yeah, but it's findable.
So it'll feel. Is what? Oh,
It's
Right, it's
findable.
never dead.
And my express cards and keys are available.
Isn't it
Dude.
crazy that all our electronics are always at all times doing this? At all times.
Oh man.
It's like
Oh, you want
why.
an ad?
It's like why I don't understand people being like, oh, I don't want to get a microchip and blah. It's like, bro, you already have one. You already have one on yourself
just the
at all
evolution.
times. The internet could not do the thing that it's doing if it was not listening. I remember I was like talking to Pickett about it one time, and he was like trying to defend that it's not that it's listening. It's just that it will. Dude, I don't remember exactly what he said. And I'm like, bro, I would believe that
Bro,
if I didn't see the evidence for myself. You just don't want to look at it because that scares you.
it can tell who you've been around.
Right. It picks up on everybody around you, what they've looked at,
GPS.
Because-
what you're talking about.
because it's trying to
What they
be-
searched.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to be like, oh, well, they have things in common, so this is why they're interacting, so they should probably like the same thing, so let's just put that thing in front of them as well, and they'll probably.
And they can just have an AI do it.
Dude, it's all fucking brain dead.
It's inherently built to control and
Yes.
take over the world, because like right now, even at the earliest stages of it, it's started by listening and picking up through an algorithm or whatever the fuck is their focus, but it's like controlling our world now as to like what we're focusing on, because they're listening to what we're talking about and what we really care about,
So they
like,
can
okay,
amplify those
that's
things.
all we're gonna put your
Yes.
focus towards is that shit, because that's all you're fucking talking about.
Yes. And then it amplifies it, scares people.
Yes.
Then they can't get away from it because they're like, oh my God, I have to comment about this and tell people how relatable I am to how scared I am because they're scared.
Yeah.
And then it just keeps showing up and they're like, oh my God, this is so scary.
There's nothing more addictive for attention than what is like drama or scary.
And
Which is exactly why I talk shit.
Yeah, you're perfect.
yeah, bro.
Perfect.
The internet eats that shit alive.
Oh, yeah, bro. You're either going to get booed or cheered or both. There is never going to be, you could never.
You're not going to walk out and, hear nothing.
Yeah.
No way.
You're not going to be Connor's walkout.
How you guys feeling?
It's kind of kicked in. Like
I feel barely.
I feel like warmer.
I
would
you say
take
wormer?
I would take more. I feel warmer.
Oh.
I have a
Yeah.
murmur.
I was like, what is
You thought I said
wormer,
murmur.
bro?
No, I feel warmer.
I feel wormer.
I don't know if
I'm
it's
more
'cause
like a
I'm
worm.
like I'm super hungry.
I'm hungry
too.
too.
I feel you, bro.
I'm a little hungry.
But
I'll eat another part of a brownie.
I would eat another part of brownie.
I'm definitely feeling it.
Yeah, I would love that.
I'm definitely
Are you willing
feeling.
to grab it so we don't all have to leave?
No,
Yo,
I mean,
I
I already,
get it.
I'm already
Oh.
feeling the first one.
Oh.
How much?
Like pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
I kind of feel it.
I would eat a little more maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would eat another eighth. If I doubled this, I'd be good. If it like quadrupled,
I had like a beer, so I can't even. It's like blurry for me.
I
I
don't
guess.
feel very much at all. But I also decided not to take very much.
Did we put everything in the fridge?
I did.
Bro,
At first, it was sitting on the table,
that
but
third of that brownie over the summer, we we had already heard that Keaton ate like a whole one. So we're like, oh yeah, thirds, easy.
yeah,
Let's
because
do
he was like, I
thirds.
tripped on a whole one, bro. Like you don't.
Yes, yes.
And then I'm like,
yes.
holy fuck,
Right,
bro.
Could you imagine if we would have took a whole one that night? If we had 3 whole ones, we're like, oh, we each get one, and we just ate the whole. We ate the whole thing. Yeah,
Dude, there's no way I would have been able to even try to
I wouldn't have been able to sleep.
rationalize what's going on,
And it's crazy too, because you think sleep. At least I do. I think sleep is like the escape there.
bro. Because if you sleep, you just shut off.
But I can't sleep.
No, you
There's
can't.
no such thing as sleep in
Because
that
your brain
world.
is running a million miles a
Yes,
minute. That's
yes.
why you want the sleep. The sleep is the reprieve from all of the mental stimulation.
And then if I close my eyes, I see more. I'm like, oh my God, there is no escaping this.
Dude, it's crazy because I could tell, like, I was really tripping whenever, like, we were watching Kyle sing Forever and Ever and Ever, and
I was not watching it.
I was like,
I stayed away from the TV.
dude. Well, that was after I had played George Michael's because I was like trying to play music.
It's George Michael, dude.
Yeah, you're right. I registered
George
as soon
Michael.
as I said it, and I was like, whatever.
We all heard it.
Yeah, but
It's tracked forever.
We need to get another microphone and
Yeah.
audio interface.
I agree.
That was random.
Are you able to pull up the stream? I just pulled it up and we're at 2 viewers.
Nice.
Wait, what'd you say?
I pull up the stream.
Oh, my fault.
He was sounding like a robot. Like
Well, never mind. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
I was gonna say I've never heard his voice that way, even though I can realize like the amount of autotune on it.
Right.
But I think it was over amplifying the autotune because I was like heavy focused on what was happening.
What did we listen to? By Wham.
Everything She Wants.
It should be in the fridge. It's in foil, I believe. Yes. That was the best I ever heard that song ever.
Yeah.
It felt like I was
I
in
love
the
that
song.
shit,
It
bro.
was nuts.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was mainly vision. Like my hearing, like the rest of my touch was pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
think
wanna
that's my
eat.
least favorite part of it.
Yeah,
Every
'cause
time is the touch.
I don't know how to explain it. Like you can feel the blood in your body.
Yeah.
It's very
Dude, the higher
trippy.
I get, the more I can feel like how cold my hands are. I don't know if it's like placebo.
That never happens to me.
Well, I have Raynaud's,
Oh yeah, true.
so it's like amplifying it because I can just feel like the lack.
Looks like a good brownie, actually. I hate my life.
What are you saying?
Oh, I'm saying that. I wish I could eat a brownie
4
right
pieces? 4 gummies?
now.
I think this is an 8.
Yeah,
So what I noticed and what I think is
this
that
feels like a big ass piece.
it makes your heart rate go up too. Like,
Dude, take half of this. Sorry, I'm listening.
damn, you're a pussy.
Dude, you don't have to.
Fuck you. I had a beer
Dude,
already.
I won't be able to podcast. That's my only excuse. I'm being dead ass. Would Alyssa want a 4th? For a piece?
She might die.
Fair enough. I won't worry about it then.
I kind of want her to though.
Yeah.
Not
You want
die,
her to
but
die?
take a piece. Fuck.
Yeah, what are we in reference to?
You're gonna get us taken
I
off
wanted
of
to take a
YouTube, bro.
piece.
He's already on like 3.
Oh, you're good.
2.
I thought you said 3.
So, you took a little piece though.
He took a piece earlier.
I'm already.
What
high.
is
We're
that
not
next
feeling
there,
it.
bro?
So like, I'm trying to think about how many calories it would add. Like, you took a little piece.
Oh, a piece of a brownie, bro? I'm not trying to be a bad peer pressure, but it's probably going to be like 15 to 20 calories, like 4 grams of sugar, maybe. Have you eaten anything today?
There's some protein in
Yeah,
there.
I
It's
had
eggs.
a piece of turkey, and I had a couple spoonfuls of the green bean part of green bean casserole, and then I had a deviled egg.
Dude, you wanna do some push-ups or something?
I would do.
I'm
Cup-
good.
Eat that and then do push-ups.
As much
Fuck
of this
you.
as you want, bro. I'm not joking. It's probably going to be like, if I had to guess, like 25 to 30 calories at the most.
Actually, here, I'm driving home tonight, so I probably won't.
Fair enough.
I respect
But
it.
if you change your mind, it's right here.
I will remember that,
You are welcome.
unfortunately.
Dude, he's driving home tonight. He's not allowed now.
I got coffee brewing, bro. That's enough of a drug for me right now.
Dude, I just can't wait to eat these burgers.
Yeah, I can't wait for this first one to kick in more, and then the second one. But I have confidence. I don't think so.
Dude,
I
I
mean,
can't
can start
wait.
cooking.
I can't wait for this fight to
But-
end. And then
Would
you know those
want
like,
to
have you seen the
9:30?
commercial for
Yeah,
the new
yeah.
Whoppers?
Like an hour and a half.
Have you seen that, Jaden? Like the new Whoppers they got out?
I
All 3.
I changed
had all
I
three?
changed my algorithm to not show me BK.
And I love the water.
Not Burger King.
Bro.
The fried pickle, bacon is the best one.
Okay.
Then
That sounds fire.
I would say probably bourbon barbecue, just kind of more my kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then number 3 would be the Mexican street corn, but that's very close for second, third. Because
Wow.
Mexican street corn tastes just like a taco. The whole burger tastes like you're eating a taco.
Ah, that's what I wanted.
He had a question that we can all answer on here. He said, "What's your favorite Thanksgiving dish?"
Yeah.
Green bean casserole.
Damn. Damn, that's what you were talking about. I don't know if that was your favorite, but that's what you were talking
It's
about.
up there. It's definitely up there. If it's not green bean casserole, a lot of Thanksgivings I've been to, there've been like beef and noodles or chicken and noodles,
Yeah.
and
I've seen that a lot.
that shit's good. Honorable mention is mashed potatoes.
Hash brown casserole.
What the hell? I've never had it. It sounds good.
Yeah, that
That's
sounds
not
fire.
even really a Thanksgiving thing, but I just had that at
I've
a
never heard of
Thanksgiving thing. I took a lot of it to go for after the
Mm.
fight.
Fair.
Hell yeah.
Did you start at Jersey Mike's?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to ask you about that after
Dude,
this.
I got in a little argument already.
With your manager?
That was one of the managers.
How did that go?
It's like the one I like the best too.
Oh,
Even right now, it's still the one I like the best.
how did that work out?
That it was some fight week type shit, like just how I
Did you take something the
responded.
wrong way or something?
Not really. It was more like, okay, now that I think about it, it kind of was more on her because I just wasn't remembering the fact that with the 8s and the 9s specifically,
The inch sandwiches?
you like the number 8 and 9, like they're the club.
Oh, like the
sandwiches.
combo or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
They come with fucking mayo and bacon, and I'm supposed to be asking the customer if they want mayo and bacon, but I forget. And so like someone else will have to ask them, and like they just like said, hey, like try to remember and type shit. I'm like, okay. But she said we're not really supposed to ask, but we ask them anyways.
What does that remind you of?
So that's what I was saying. I was like, so why is it a problem that I'm forgetting? Because I was genuinely kind of confused. And she's like, was repeating herself type thing and just saying it all in front of the customers right here. Like I was in the middle of trying to make sandwiches and she was talking like, and I was like, are we talking right now in front of the customers? And
You're
she
the
kinda stopped
manager.
for a second. And she was like, she said something else. And then the other higher up manager said like, can you do me a favor and step in the back? And I was like, I'll step out. And he said, go ahead. But I made the mature decision because I've done that type of thing before. And I was like, look, I need money right now. I can't be doing this kind of shit right now. So, just take a
Bro.
breath. Especially because it's a chill place to work at. Like, I'm not tripping right now. Like, obviously, I'm trying to work at a donut shop, low key. But I'm not tripping right now. But what she was saying, thank you. What she was saying was that we're supposed to, like Jersey Mike's, what she meant by we're not supposed to ask them, was that we're supposed to put it on there automatically
Okay.
and not ask them. But we ask them just to make sure. And so I was like, that makes sense. When you take me away from in the middle of customers and you have time to explain yourself, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But she's like the coolest chick there. Like, it was just a little thing. Which, I mean,
Fair.
but the higher up managers told us both about, like, I just wanted you guys to talk again because I feel like she was talking aggressive and you were talking aggressive. And me and her both were like, that's just how we're talking. Like, that's just how we talk. Like, we're cool with it. Like, it was all whatever. And, like, we're all chill, but that was just a funny thing that happened.
I respect your, I'm going to see if you disagree with this word, disagreeability.
Yeah.
You are
see
willing,
that.
you're willing to tell managers what they don't want to hear, which is in one way a manager's worst nightmare. So
You have manager experience.
yeah,
too,
but I tried to hear out the disagreeable types, but only when they were onto something, not just trying to be fuckers.
yeah, not trying to be fight week type.
Right.
Shit.
Like Casey Boykin worked for me.
Fuck that guy.
And fair enough. I don't know. All I know about him, I liked him when he worked for me, but
I just know he's a potential opponent, so he's a bitch.
Oh, fair. I mean, I'm on your side, obviously, but if I saw him, I was like, "Sup?" But
Probably me too.
but he had a bit of disagreeability in him about his schedule, especially, and he was pretty big on.
Very fighter like.
Yes, he was very like, I have a fight, I can't blah, I can't this, I can't that, and I'm like, okay, this guy is actually, I don't think he's just talking shit. I think he's actually a fighter. He's showing me photos and shit, and he's saying, I need this off because I'm doing this instead. And I'm like, all right, fair enough. I respect that. Hell yeah, as long as you let me know, I don't give a shit. That's awesome.
You're not making Domino's his life.
Right, even though
Even
that's
though
what
it's yours.
that's what they wanted me to do.
Yes.
They wanted me to be like, well, you can't take this much time off. Why are you prioritizing this other thing over your job? Which is something they actually wanted me to say, which is crazy, dude. When I told the franchisee, fuck this guy, my goals, yes, bro. When I was like, eventually, when I quit Domino's and start doing blah 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 blah, and he was like, well, why are you gonna go ahead and tell me that you plan on quitting? Why do you even want to? Are you even gonna take this seriously? And I'm like, bro, do you really think this is the end all be all? I'm fucking 21. What do you want? What do you want from
your
me?
dream job, bro.
Right.
Did it positively? Because you said because he said you didn't want to make it his life, like it was yours. Did it
Right.
positively feel like Domino's was your life?
There were very brief periods of time where I thought it was positive, but
Oh, wow.
it's just like looking back on it that makes you. It's like how I'm like
Fair,
fuck
yeah,
corporate.
yeah.
Domino's is like what a lot of that's about
Okay.
because
Okay.
I found out it was all a mirage. None of it was real.
Is their pizza like ingredients and shit good though? Like if I eat there, should I really be like?
Seth
this
would
just not
know
that
way
good?
more about that line of discussion than me. If I had to guess.
Jersey Mike's shit is like good, like for real
Fair.
good.
Fair. Well, Domino's is at the top, so they buy cheap products.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
Right.
Domino's holds their restaurants to a higher standard than the health department.
Fair.
And
Was it our franchise or Domino's?
OA is Domino's. OA goes around to every franchise.
Fair.
OA is corporate. So corporate comes in and says, this is how we're going to run our restaurants, and it is at a higher standard for safety, for food safety and cleanliness than what the health department expects. When the
That's a good thing or a bad thing.
It sounds like a good thing.
Yeah.
when
Good to me.
It kills the general managers, but it sounds great.
it's hard because then they also, depending on your franchise, you might be understaffed.
Yep.
And you're never going to get a high star rating. And if your high star rating literally changes whether or not you're getting pressure from literally your franchisee and his supervisors, and whether you're going to get a bonus,
Yeah.
like how much money you're going to get paid depends on whether you have a high star rating or not, then why would this same franchisee consistently over time limit the amount of labor you're allowed to use more and more and more and more and more?
Yes. Every 2 months.
And the push is for any labor you're using to be really, really high quality labor. So you aren't supposed to keep people around that are even a little bit unproductive. You should have a few people essentially running the inside of the store at all times, and their life is Domino's. They want you to get as many people in there that they're going to make their life Domino's, and they're going to be the most productive worker.
A dominoid.
It's like if
is
I
what
could
we're
get
called.
if I could get 3 other or 4 other Seths into Domino's East, I could probably run it any day of the week with just 4 Seths. But I can't do that with even, maybe 6 other people. Because they're not as committed, and they're not getting paid to be as committed.
That's fair, man. You gotta expect.
They're not going to
What
pay
you pay
4
people.
Seths. They're not going to pay GM pay to 4 Seths.
So then they would just tell us that everything is our fault. If we're working a lot, it's bad because it shows that we don't have a trained up staff, but you have to work a lot to train up the staff. So they would just make you the bad guy at all times, and you're just running this endless circle, and you think that maybe you're going to get the carrot on the stick, but you never do.
So what are all the different kind of manager positions? Because there's a lot of different managers that
Well,
I've heard of.
Assistant manager, general manager. Now there's different tiers in assistant. Right. Now,
Why is there so many?
to be fair, the title is the same, but the
Authority
the authority,
and pay.
responsibility.
responsibility.
Yeah. So we had 3 different tiers of managers, and it was all graded on what you knew in the store and what you were able to do on your own. And that's what you were graded on. So you go from tier 1 to tier 3, and then you're right above a general manager. You're like assistant to the general manager. That's like a subjective term. I've never heard that be used as a legit term, at least not in Domino's.
The office.
Yeah, the office. Yeah. But we didn't have that. Not that I know of. Like shift lead wasn't even a thing that we really used.
What the hell?
I never.
Yeah, I mean, you
none
had,
of the stores I
you
used
had
or
shift
did.
managers, as in they're running each assistant manager might run a shift.
They
So shift managers are assistant managers?
Yes, technically.
Yeah, technically, yeah. Shift lead though, I feel like some
A
companies
shift
are
lead
a little,
is not a manager.
Yeah, they're just making sure that the manager can go do other things if they have to, or if there's no manager.
It's like a department lead, for example. Like there's at Kroger. I worked at Kroger. There's the grocery department. There's
Right.
frozen. There's pharmaceuticals. There's
Oh, and people are managers of each.
department leads. I was a department lead
Kinda
over
makes
grocery.
sense. I, see
I
that.
don't know much about department leads.
I'm responsible for 7 members of the grocery store's staff.
Oh, okay.
And then there's the co-managers. They're above the department leads.
Is there any situations where like a person who works at the frozen department is having like relationship struggles with fucking the
Stock.
the
I don't know.
uh,
Who would be a different one?
Yeah, the produce.
yeah.
The dry stock.
The produce manager, like, can the produce manager have any kind of say or authority over?
Has no authority over anyone outside their department.
Really?
Damn. So the head honchos are
So
not
I
in
can
charge of
throw a
other
bone-
head
So if I'm
honchos.
working in the frozen section and I go to the produce manager, I can just say, like, not say whatever, but I can like be loose with them.
You
Like they can't.
Assuming they won't tell on you.
to the same degree that you could be loose with any other employee, and as long as they don't tell on you, you're good.
Okay, yeah.
Because if you just said all some kind of shit to even somebody that equal to you, and the co-manager or the store manager finds out, then
Do you know that dude who's fucking? He's always saying like "fuck Vaughn." Have you seen that clip? Like
I
about
don't
King
think
Vaughn,
so.
the rapper.
Oh shit.
He there's like this guy, and he's like famous for like going on podcasts and shit, and like saying "fuck Vaughn," and he's like really into it, like he knows shit, and he's like, "I'll say it right now to y'all," like whatever his gang is, and he like calls them out on their bullshit, and he's like, "Ain't none of them done shit, ain't none of them gonna do shit," and he said that he would work for places, and people are fucking stupid, they're breaking HR rules or whatever all the time. And so he would report these people. Like he was doing this from job to job at one point. And he would go and report people, get a harassment charge on them for like he had a whole system down, bro, and he was getting
And
paid
making
out
money,
by these
yeah.
companies.
Oh my god.
And I was like, I wish I had that kind of time and commitment to do that shit, but I don't want to do all that.
HR is another form
I
of
mean,
authority.
it's fraud if you're planning it.
Well, I'm glad that was probably a while ago for him.
It's to dig up some
You
shit.
could also like go to work and like intentionally place yourself in harm's way and get injured
Mm.
and get workman's comp, and then repeatedly do that and never have to have a job, but also get injured.
I wish I could do that.
You can be like,
True, dude. I saw some fuckers
Dude,
pull that
I cut
to
myself
go home.
on the fucking tomato slicer.
I
Is that what you were about to say?
no, but
Oh,
I
okay,
sliced
okay.
my hand on the wall when I was
you got
cleaning
paid for
it.
that, right?
This was Halloween of 2022. This is a scar. Huh?
You got paid for that?
They paid for my hospital visit. Yes.
Mm.
Wow,
Dope.
how generous.
They
of them.
paid for the
Who was it?
like 5 pieces of tape and stitches, Dominoes. They paid for it because they happened at work.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and it was a deep. I mean, obviously, it was a deep cut.
Could you have like so it was just something sticking out of the wall?
It was a metal trim on the wall.
So you could have
I sliced, dude. It sliced it clean.
could you have like sued type shit?
Maybe.
I think they probably keep that shit on the low. They're like,
Of course, they're not gonna tell
We'll
me
pay
that.
for your hospital visit.
Oh my god, this is the thing about Shank, and I don't give a fuck about name dropping him on something like this. I could totally see Shank taking their side completely and not, because he was in charge of that whole scenario of me going to the doctor. He was my form of communication of Chris paying for it, and I could totally see Chris being like, "Avoid these words. Don't say this. Make sure you don't say that." And then Shank's like, "Okay, okay," and he just tells me.
Yeah.
Dude,
I could totally see him doing that.
Probably.
I
I
could
heard-
totally see that.
I heard
when it comes to a
certain-
lawsuit.
individuals within, the upper ranks, I heard certain individuals discuss certain things about Chris. that-
I've heard some things about Chris.
Yeah.
I could, not anything like 100% I know for a fact, but I could. There's some blackmail in there for sure.
And they don't like him.
Yeah.
They wish he was different.
Wow.
Yeah,
Imagine
yeah.
that.
Dude, Jacob Bonwell has some dirt on him.
I bet
Jacob
he
Bonwell
does.
has first hand.
Dude, Bonwell has like worked for Domino's
for a long time.
He's like in, out, in,
Yeah.
out, in,
I
out.
mean, he doesn't anymore, but he was for a long time. I guarantee you.
He's-
Dude, we could just go back there and get our job.
You guys really wanted
That
to,
would be
I'm sure
so
you could.
hilarious.
This is such a shit test, honestly.
Maybe not because of what we're doing, but
Right.
I bet you guys could get away with it. I bet they haven't even seen it yet.
Probably not.
man, that's true.
Probably not. And then I would start clipping it after
Yeah,
starting
and
there.
then they would be like,
just as fucking.
They do have a social media agreement.
true. I forgot about that.
I
never
bet
signed that shit. but
Whoever
yeah.
the general manager is on board, maybe, perhaps, unless it's in the fine print now, he would forget to print the paperwork. So I wouldn't sign it, and then I would do it, and then he would get in trouble because he didn't give me the paperwork.
Dude, I had Tamara, the house
Yeah.
you guys were at with Joey.
Yes.
She recently went to court because I don't even know if I.
She did?
Hold up, we haven't talked about how that court thing ended, but she recently had court. I don't know if I can talk about this or not, but fuck it. It was all over this car, where they took the car from her.
What was all over the car?
He's already made the decision.
I mean, I can't think of anything funny for that. Fuck, man. I don't know, man. Come
Yeah,
was
there we
all
go.
over the car,
Fair
bro.
enough.
That's all I got for you.
It's just spelled
I
differently.
think it was a Hummer, even
This
though.
baby can hold a whole hell of a lot of cum.
What's that from?
You know, smacks the roof of the car.
Oh,
Car
yeah.
salesman smacks the roof of the car meme. You know,
I have
no.
seen that.
What?
Yes.
You've never seen that?
I've seen it.
it's like a
I'm sorry,
drawing
bro.
of a guy.
And he's
Dude.
like smug. He's like, that's right.
These old fuckers think we're gonna know these memes.
I found out late, but yeah, I do know about this one.
Fuck.
Sorry.
Well, I'm just a young fucker then.
I figured it out. Sorry, bro.
But
oh, yeah, more.
No,
Sorry.
you're okay, bro.
I was going
You
to change the
just-
topic completely, so are you sure?
Yeah.
That's
No,
fine. I'm going to save you in this one if you don't want to say anymore.
Appreciate you.
Fair.
Basically, though, they were going to court already for this car stipulation about if she took it or if the pay, all that shit. But this is how you know that Tamara was in the right about the whole thing, because they sent her like the paperwork that she had for her car to prove something. I don't remember, but she forged her signature because during like all the paper signing,
Oh, my
the
God.
guy who was like in control, like the owner, I think, was trying to impress her because she had just moved here from Arizona, and he was taking her to go see her like this and that, and she didn't sign that paperwork. And so without that signature, like the whole thing would have been pointless. And they're the ones making the court thing a deal. So they forged her signature and shit, and she had to even prove that in court. We haven't even talked about that, so I need to know about that. But yeah,
Damn.
so that's like that. So that's possible.
Right.
You could go to
Forgery,
Domino's
bro.
and not sign that shit. And get away with
Dude,
it.
that shit is huge. It's crazy where the fine print hits when it comes
Yeah.
to the law. Because, dude, I wasn't the perfect GM. Like, there's a lot of shit that I skimmed over accidentally trying to learn how to be a GM. That shit happens on the daily.
I mean, you became a GM at 21.
21.
Bro, I am like at the complete opposite spectrum.
Dude, but
I've
you're
never
on,
been close to that.
but you're on the opposite spectrum in disagreeability as well. I was a fucking servant.
Damn.
They're
bro.
like, oh, you need this
Okay.
on this time, this day, it'll be done. Like, that was me.
I mean, that's kind of how I am with fighting.
You putting it somewhere else, which I respect.
But that's what I'm saying. Is there really a difference?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
Yes.
To what you were saying. We worked at a multitude of different stores. I don't know how many stores you worked at. I worked at 10 different stores.
10 different Domino's?
I worked at like 16, Brian.
Damn!
I worked at a lot of Domino's.
Dude, I don't even
Fair,
think he's
fair.
ever been that close. And you became a GM at 21?
21, yes.
Dude, you ain't on
Because
shit.
in the
I don't know.
process,
I don't know, but you can't even defend yourself. You hand me the mic.
in the process of dangling this prospect of becoming a GM and getting paid a lot more money and running your own store, in the process of that, I was called up on the spot 10 different times, at least, to drive to another city and work that day because one of their managers called off.
I got those calls, bro. They fucking
What kind of
sucked.
different city?
Like Dayton.
Dude, I bet.
Or Newcastle.
Oh, you're in Richmond?
I was in Richmond. I drove to Newcastle. I drove to Connorsville.
That is absurd.
That's fucking nuts to think about.
You said on the day of?
Yeah,
I called
yeah.
that morning, or maybe texted the night before.
Dude, it got to the point where they had to start just offering money off the rip. They're like, I will give $100 to any manager that is willing to come in. Yes. Yes. They were desperate, bro. They needed people.
That is nuts.
And then they're opening new stores and dividing the staff into those stores.
Yeah, because they're just flooding. They're just opening all these
They're
new
hiring
stores.
all kinds of people.
I wonder how many more stores Chris bought since we left.
Right.
3.
Why do companies
And
do
he's
that,
already
though?
understaffed and barely running
They're always
anything.
like, we need
And
more.
he's telling us
more.
we
It's
need
like, bro,
Yes.
higher quality.
But you can still earn more with keeping what you have. Like, it's literally just steady progression at that point.
They don't want to wait. They want to take all the shortcuts. That's why their staff sucks.
I just want to.
Their rules suck.
Which, I mean, I kind of relate because I like starting
all
new
have something.
with something. I
Yeah.
like new shit. Like, even though I'm
This
like
pisses us off.
25% into a video game, I'm like, I feel like starting new, bro.
I get that, but it's different. It's different because you're not harming people in the process of doing so by being like hungry as fuck about money. It's like they don't care about all the shortcuts they're gonna have to take because it's not really gonna affect them.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of people that are gonna suffer the consequences of the shortcuts that they set in place to make them the most money.
Bro, the dangling carrot that I was going for being a GM before bonus was like $17 an hour. And then I could get a bonus if I enslaved myself 80 hours a week and got everyone else to do exactly what Domino's wants them to do all the time.
Yeah.
How much were you getting paid to be a GM at Domino's?
Over 70 a year. Over 70,000 a year.
Oh, you got paid
Salary.
salary.
Mhm.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, I made $70,000 my last year at Domino's.
I mean, that was, I had salary.
70,000 a year.
I made $70,000 a year right before I quit.
It was like a
Damn.
$1,500.
Yeah, bro.
What the? That's not bad at all, though. That's
$1,500
interesting.
I was
every 2
making some
weeks?
money. Huh?
$1,500 every 2 weeks?
Yeah, but I averaged 57 hours a week that year.
Fair.
So it's not that much hourly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, dude, there'd be some weeks when I was an apprentice at I fucking love saying that. I love putting it down on job applications too. When I was an apprentice.
Apprentice.
Yeah.
Double
At,
P.
Yeah, bro, I had to remember that sometimes. I
Fair,
was
fair,
like,
fair.
But I'm illiterate, so
Apprentice.
that's at the masonry job, and I was like working 55 hours sometimes a week, but I was getting paid 18 an hour.
So overtime.
Oh fuck!
Do you know how overtime works? Trivia.
Oh yeah.
How does overtime work?
2.5.
It's 1.5.
1.5. Okay,
Right.
Okay.
1.5 every hour over. What is it?
Every hour over
How many hours is a full week at the standard job?
40.
Yeah, 40. So anything over 40 is overtime, time and a half.
Correct.
Time and a half.
That's what you were
Yes,
saying.
yes,
Over.
yes.
Okay.
So you were making 27 an hour for 15 hours a week.
Yeah.
But it's more taxed.
Yeah.
Did you already knew that? Yeah.
I remember. I noticed that, and it was just like, bro, it sucks because when it first happens, you're like, my money's being taken, but you
Yes.
have a talk with the
Yes.
fucking person, and you realize you're stupid.
Well, the other thing is
Okay.
like they weren't getting overtime. They
Yeah,
were
we
getting
were
paid
salary.
40 hours a
So there's no overtime
Shit.
because of salary. Now, ideally, I was supposed to make a bonus, and I was gonna make up for that. And sometimes
right.
I did, but the price of food was increasing because inflation. Joe Biden took over. That's at least what I heard the reason was. I don't.
Price of labor was increasing.
Yeah, the price that you had to pay for employees was more, so I have to pay my employees
Minimum
more.
wage went up.
Right. Minimum. Minimum wage didn't go up here. Domino's
Are you sure?
Domino's accepted a lower minimum wage personally, but I think the state of Indiana still hires at $7.25. Well,
Yes.
they can. hire.
Indiana is, $7.25.
So-
Okay, so do
minimum wage never
companies
changed.
are companies doing it
Yeah.
and saying it just to be with everyone else?
They're trying to
kinda?
compete. So, like when Pizza Hut says hires at $12 an hour, now they're setting the bar.
Yeah.
So if someone else hires at 11 an hour, then they're out competing them in wages.
Right.
So people want to work at Pizza
like
Hut.
in the door, you're going to make another $1 an hour from the day one. So
Yeah.
it's enticing.
And everybody's looking at that dollar amount.
Olive Garden's minimum wage is $12 an hour.
Yeah, that's what Jersey Mike's was. Jersey Mike's was actually like 11:15.
Okay.
But he said, or it might have just been 11. But he told me that he's giving me 12 because of my experience.
Does it say anywhere that it's 11:15 on paper?
Yeah,
on
it
paper,
said, when I applied online, it was for like I think
does
it was
it say we hire at
11:25.
11:15 or 11:25?
I mean, I'm gonna look it up.
because if
just
it
to be sure.
doesn't,
My
dude,
phone's dead.
dude, I'm cynical, but I've seen it. Managers are slimy, bro. Sometimes they'll say that just to give you the sales pitch. But if it's on paper, then that's different. If it's like we hire at 11:25, then he did not finesse you.
Dude,
But
he might have been saying. I could see what you're saying though. He might have been saying, we usually hire at 11, but with your experience, we're gonna get you at 12.
Right,
dude. Yeah, because
yeah, we like you. We like you. That's what they're doing. They're like, yeah, we like you, bro. You're cool. Like they're trying to get in on it.
My manager did that, but then paid me more. So
Do you think that's why that chick? Because she even was told me. I don't know though. She does.
Have you
seem
had something
kinda-
to say this whole time?
I said something.
Okay, I'm sorry.
She does seem kind of genuine with how she's saying it, but like she'll even be like, I was worried because like you walked out because I asked them that day if I could fucking. It was on I think Tuesday when this happened, and I asked if I could just head out because I was like, look, I was like, bro, I'll take more time to work on this reel before I gotta go to practice for one. But for two, I was like, dude, I know how I am on fight week. And it's like, there were new people coming in that I haven't worked with yet. They look like fucking suburban-ass, white, annoying kids. And they are.
TikTokers.
And so, literally, and I know that any little fucking I'm gonna be on them. So it's like, bro, can I just head out for the day? It's not about what they think. It's just like,
Dude, there was one time
Bro.
somebody was like legitimately pissing me off so bad at work, and I was like, dude, I need to fucking leave or I'm gonna like get into trouble. Like there's going to be like,
Was this Domino's?
yeah, fucking
Somebody was making you?
dude, I'm pretty sure it was Ryan. Yes,
No way.
he was.
Maybe the other way
He
around.
was pissing me off so bad, and I was like, dude, I'd already told him to leave me the fuck alone, and nothing was happening, and I was like, all right, Shank, I need to go home, bro. Or
How
I'm
am
gonna
I
fucking...
just now? I feel like I haven't heard the story in years.
And then he was like, it's just pizza, dude.
Yes.
And I was like, all right.
Yes, bro. That's what I was going to say. The way that Domino's wants you to communicate to the employees is brainwashing because that's the only way that you can convince them to do this horse shit. So you have two options. You can keep your integrity like I really tried to do and remain honest and be like, hey, I don't agree with this bullshit either, but can you at least help me in this regard? That's like how I would communicate it. People are easy to be disagreeable when I come from them like that. It's easy for like, well, you know it's bullshit, so this is stupid. And I'm like, yeah, it is stupid, so it's hard for me to defend it. So managers adopt a slimy way of saying things to hold on to that. Like, come on, you can't, like they hold like the Donnie did it a lot. Donnie
Shank
did it a fuck ton. Shank, it was crazy because you saw him get died through it.
Yeah.
He was not that bad at first.
Yeah.
I bet you have better examples than I do. I remember one.
They bring up your coworkers and say how you're letting your coworkers down.
You're not hustling.
dude, this is like, that shows to me the mindset difference of people that are even living in like Richmond compared to like Indy. Because my managers have always communicated it as like, we're all just here for money.
Well,
Domino's is different as well.
yeah, I was
I'm
about
sure.
to say
Okay,
it's company
fair.
to company because like my manager at
yeah,
Bear
Domino's
Burger
is nuts.
was very real when it came to shit like that. He's like, yeah, we get it. We all understand what's going on. And then like I worked for like a manager at the Goat, and he was slimy as fuck.
I remember a
Smaller-
lot of those stories.
Yeah,
Smaller
guy.
restaurants, smaller franchises typically are better.
Because they're not
It
corporate
makes
to the
sense,
max.
obviously.
Every
yeah.
single they
Bear
haven't
Burger.
Yeah, they haven't figured out all of the little corners that they can cut in the business world yet. So the people
They're
at the
that good sweet
top
spot.
aren't like just completely greedy as fuck.
How many Bear Burgers are there?
Not that many, like 6 maybe.
And they're all
like,
in the Midwest.
Dude.
Or no, they're all spread out.
Yeah, the first one was in New York. That one was in Columbus. Dude, they have one in fuck, where was it at? It's like a different country.
Oh, okay.
It's like Iran or something like that.
Okay.
Like something absurd like I would not have guessed that that's where the Bear Burger is at. Cuz it's just a very
I mean, that's probably the way to fucking do it.
I agree.
Because then, like, even if you want to make more, locations. Then you can be like, okay, we'll have our second location in. I don't know. You could even just do it in a state over.
True.
Worrying about going from like Indiana to Ohio to Kentucky to that. It's like, bro, let's fucking do one in Iran. Let's do one in fucking Texas.
I wish I could remember the exact country because it was like it makes a lot of sense, but it
Fair.
doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't have guessed if I had to guess, but I could see it being there.
Fair.
Dude, was it Hawaii?
No, it was
Different country, Hawaii.
Country.
I saw a video after Trump was elected, and it was this trans dude, and he was like, just blabbing, and he was like, I swear I'm gonna move to a different country, like, hello Hawaii. But it was the seriousness that he said it with, because that was the end of the video then. It was just like, bro.
It wasn't ironic.
No, yeah, he was being dead
I
ass.
think I've seen it. Right. Would you ever try management?
So I would love to, when I first make a little money, open a restaurant. Because I feel like that's like low-key the most experience I have. And I want to at least make a business where I can learn business. Because that's like, unfortunately, the way I fucking learn is with physically doing it. So I can't like learn just by writing down, like, I mean, I'm sure I could if I did it over time, but like, who got the time for that? I'd rather physically learn myself. So I'll start like a restaurant, and depending on who's who in my life, like I might have my dad be like the owner, because I'm like, dude, you're older, wiser. Maybe not the owner position like that, but like whatever's below the owner, because I'll still have that shit.
Right.
But then I'll probably personally, like job-wise, be like a manager of some sort, maybe.
Okay, fine. What would you, I want to ask all of us this, because we're all gonna need a manager. Well, whatever you asked for it. We're all gonna need a manager eventually, right?
Yeah, I could see that.
Or mentor,
For like a restaurant.
or just if any new endeavor that you want to start in life, if you have the finances available,
Like a
and,
business
and you're
manager is
famous,
important.
yes, or someone that runs
Yeah.
your stock portfolio.
Right.
You're gonna want somebody managing an aspect of your life. What do you look for in a manager?
Character.
What kind?
Yeah.
Is that a word?
So
Genuineness.
honesty, of course. How do you detect honesty? Actually, that's gonna go off topic. What other than honesty?
Skill.
How do you? Okay, fair enough.
Like knowledge on things about whatever they're managing.
Like they can talk the talk.
Like if they.
Proof.
Okay. So,
Testimonial.
okay.
Experience.
You want a lawyer?
Yeah, everybody needs a lawyer.
Yeah. Like you would want someone that you know has won cases.
Do you have a lawyer? I would.
My grandpa does, and he's been his lawyer for like ever.
That's lit.
But I mean,
That means he could probably be trusted.
yeah, for sure. But like when I'm 40, I don't know if that lawyer will be present.
Yeah.
I always hear you say. I don't always hear you say it. I think I've heard you say it a couple times when you're talking about like going to a sporting event. If someone tried to fight you, it would be illegal for you to fight them. Is that what you were saying?
Oh, yeah, if like they pressed me, and even if it's in self-defense, I feel like if they have, it'll be acknowledged. I feel like one way or the other, it'll be acknowledged that I train and like I have amateur fights.
Does that count your? Are you saying it's going to count your hands as weapons? That's what it is, right? That's the law.
For a pro, pro fighters talk about it all the time. I feel like it would be the same still if you're amateur fighting, because it's still sanctioned. You know what I mean?
I guess I don't know how that's tried in a court of law.
I feel like that would be absurd though if they're pressing you and you beat their ass. It's like.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's like the obvious, like the PCP dude coming at me.
Yeah.
But if it's tricky to where it's like, dude, honestly, any way you cut it, like if I were to right now get up and be like aggressive, come at you type, like not even touch you, but like I can just walk from there to like here and say aggressive shit, like that's not harassment, but
Assault?
something like that. It's not assault yet, but it's maybe that is assault.
Is
I
it
think, yeah, like under law, I think that's assault.
is it because your hands can be seen as weapons? Is that why?
Well, anybody can.
Anyone.
Okay.
If you're like showing hostility.
Yes, yeah. If you're showing hostility and it's like that is assault, but like no one can really press charges on that for that. But that is giving the person liability to, it's like chess of like, now I can defend myself.
Right. In the court of law.
You actually, because like that's what I hate about.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Never punch first thing.
Right.
that adults will tell you. It's like, why?
I think dude, if someone's stepping on you and they're getting in your face and they're making it real, like they're gonna try to do something, it's like already crossed that line. They just haven't thrown the first punch. They already threw the first punch. Have you ever seen?
Yeah, they started the mental fight.
Bro, do you know who Steven Seagal is?
Yes.
There is an interview. Do you guys know who Steven Seagal is?
It's Seagal, but yeah.
Is it Seagal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it, I thought it was Stugall. Okay, Steven Seagal. He was in an interview with this guy, and they were right outside on this, like, I don't even know, it was like a gazebo-looking area with a pond next to him. And this dude was just, like, moving a lot while he was interviewing and, like, getting, like, really, really close. And near the end, Steven just grabs him by the belly and just pushes him into the pond. And it looks very out of pocket if you're not paying attention the whole time. Like, what the fuck? Why did he just grab this interviewer guy? And then you're like, oh, he's stepping up to him the whole time. I just wasn't seeing that. I don't know
Fair.
how. But after watching it, I was like, oh, yeah, fuck this guy.
Dude, just before we left Indy,
Mm-hmm.
or I guess not Indy, but before we left our house, or the area of our house, Jesus Christ, is my savior.
Fair.
We were at Meijer getting whipped cream for the party, or for the fucking Thanksgiving pies or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed, like, as we were in the line to self-scan, this older gentleman, he was like probably 50 or 60. Because there were two women in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't even together. They were just behind each other. And he like was like touching them and then like pointing them like to the self-scan that's open. I was just like, dude, I hope he was just doing that because Alyssa was of course on my right going up to him. And it was like he reached forward and I was like, hey, you ain't got to touch her like that, bro. And then he was like, what? And I was like, I mean, you don't have to fucking touch my girl like that, bro. And he was like, okay, pal. And I was like, bro, do you want me to punch you in the fucking face right now? And it was like some fight week shit. I'm not gonna lie. I was in the grocery store looking at all this
badass,
shit.
bro. That is badass.
He was like, go check out your groceries. And I was like, I will. But it was
Dude.
like, yeah.
I respect that.
that is crazy. Okay.
That's so much heat invited.
That's
into
what
the
I was
thing.
getting ready to talk about. It's not.
Alyssa was pissed.
Well, okay, what I'm not saying at all, I don't want you to think that I'm saying that you shouldn't have done that. That's not at all what I'm
Of
saying.
course.
But is there a softer way to communicate the same thing?
I wish I was like, I had smoked before I left and like I didn't have a fight this weekend because I even said like, because he was getting loud. I was like,
I
"Bro,
bet
got
he
an MMA
fucking-
fight this weekend. I'll start it now."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Okay, pal, go
Dude,
register."
you just pressed every line. That's fucking nuts. Okay, so if you could redo it, given what you know now, would you do it differently?
I'd be like, "Hey, bro, you ain't gotta touch her like that." And then from her reaction, I wish I would have like pulled her a little bit and stepped up and be like, "Calm down, don't touch my girl."
Okay, so you would just shut down the situation.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been as like,
Inviting of the fight.
yeah, because that's like an impulse thing with me. That's the only thing where I recognize my ADHD is a problem, is my impulsive behaviors.
Fair.
Is like in the moment, like I know it's reasonable.
Dude,
that's what gives me.
it's a
that's what
gift.
Gives my mind every right.
It's a
to
gift.
Go to the full max,
Bro, the fact that you have that, even though it could be considered a demon, and even though it could like you might say some shit you really regret,
Yeah.
but it's the only reason you can even say shit like that to begin with.
Right.
It's a gift, bro. I think that
agree.
you carry it with you in your fighting very well.
Yeah, that's what my mom and dad say is like you are literally everything about your dad. Like even your emotionalness, but I also have everything about my mom, including the emotionalness. And it's like my mom and dad's emotions, like the way they are put together,
Is it?
I think it's perfect for fighting.
You also grew up around both of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I was just my mom, so maybe. Do you think that's the same?
You grew up with just like a mom mainly too, right? You too, right?
I mean, yeah, my dad was there, but
I had a stepdad around, but I don't know. It was just he wasn't my dad, and I was very loud. I guess is the only way I could explain it.
I also had a stepdad, but only for just a little while.
Oh, how long?
Maybe 4 years. I don't even think it was that long.
I feel like 4 years is wild.
How-
Depending on the age.
That's exactly what I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
I think I was like 5,
Yeah.
I mean, that probably left a pretty big impression.
and then up until I was like 8.
Fair.
Oh, 5 to 8. Okay.
That's
okay.
I mean,
I was like, wait, 8 year? Wait, I was confused.
I would say like 10 to 13's a bigger. I would say.
Yeah.
mine was 3 to 13.
Damn. Mine was 6 to 16.
3 to 13 is a lot.
6
Literally
to
a
16
decade.
is nuts.
Yeah,
shit.
literally
A
a decade,
lot of my
bro.
development,
Yeah.
because I would say 13 to 16 is pretty like you're coming into realizing what's going
That's
on.
gotta suck for the mom because it's like, dude, you were like my kid has some of your personality now just because that's how kids are. And it's like, I
They're
don't want that.
sponges.
Maybe, I don't know. Do you think you anything like that? Like, do you think you got anything from him?
Anything. I'm sure I got some things from him. Yeah, but
Do you think?
From my stepdad?
Yeah, like, do you think can you think of anything?
Oh, like specific?
Yeah, that you would have gotten from him. Like anything, even little.
I learned the hard way with him a couple times. He was gossiping about some people, and I was too young to realize what gossip was. So when those people came over, I was talking about it. And
Oh shit!
and then I learned very well that I just don't go around talking like that. So I guess that's one thing.
Yeah, you are a fucking bitch.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah, he said that in the car. I don't even remember how I said it. But yeah, I learned that lesson.
Dude,
I
hate that shit.
Anything I got from my stepdad was like, he's not a horrible guy, but he like, when I was like 5, he moved in with us, and dude, my 2 older brothers were always very rambunctious.
Okay.
And just a high energy. And my mom just gave him free reign of discipline, and he was like, essentially, he had been in the military, and he was treating us like we were in the military. Like, there was a time when we walked to the high school parking lot from our house, and our house was over by like where Arby's is. We walked all the way there and then picked up all the trash around the parking lot.
That just doesn't benefit anything.
I mean, that was maybe one of the best things. He had us do a lot of like push-ups. He had us do a lot
I feel
of,
like physical exercise is a good way of punishing.
That
Physical
explains
training.
a lot.
And then he also like
That's crazy.
he would like
I already knew about this.
whip
I
us with a
didn't,
belt.
Or I don't remember.
He would whip us with a belt like for any little thing.
Mm.
And he would just like be very, very angry.
Damn.
Having pets is good practice with that, bro. Like literally earlier today, my cats were fucking pissing me off, and I was like, bruh, I was about to go on my run, and I was like I'm about to, because I was gonna feed them before I ran. I was like, I'm not even about to feed y'all, and then like that was like literally a split second thought because I was like, what? I was like, why would you not feed them? Like I was like, bruh,
themselves,
exactly. It's not.
Dude, yeah, if you can't have an animal, don't have kids.
Yeah.
Dude,
Mm.
yeah, that's honestly, I agree. There's so much responsibility.
Did you hear what I said? They were pissing me off earlier before I about ran to your work to get the earbuds and then go on my run. And they were pissing me off because they took my hair tie and they were just
Oh, the cats.
being fucking assholes. And I was like, I'm not even about to feed them. But it was literally a split second thought because I was like, I think specifically the thought was like, I'm gonna wait till I'm back from my run to feed you. But like,
Withholding.
that's what I'm saying. I was just a split second thought because I was like, what the fuck? But I feel like that kind of practice is needed because that's way less important than a real life kid if you want to think about it in importance.
Father say, no.
Of course. But playing with the
Oh,
hair
yeah,
tie
yeah,
is
yeah,
even.
They're like, you have to use your stern voice instead of like water.
Dude, I like.
You
The
just
pss,
go
pss.
down.
Yeah.
They,
Yeah.
li-
yeah,
they
yeah.
listen to anything with the
Luna,
pss, pss,
no,
they
Luna-
run.
Luna's the water, but the two kids I'm trying to train.
Luna said, "I don't fall for that anymore."
Luna lifted up and she's like, oh.
Yeah, Luna. I'll yell at Luna for like being on the counter, and I'll be like, psst.
And
And
she
she'll, like,
understands.
She'll duck and then like lean into my finger to pet it, and I'm like,
Have
pick her up, and I'm like, what?
Astro's
See,
Oh, wait.
okay. When you do stuff like that, do you think that reinforces the bad behavior?
I don't care about Luna.
All right, fair.
It's okay.
for
Dude,
now.
I'm just gonna say it here and now. My cat is more disciplined than their cat.
not the little ones. I just said the little
Yeah.
We gotta put him
more
in the
than-
octagon.
Dude,
Let's put Luna
she
and
would-
Abaddon.
can sit and jump for a treat.
Okay, well, my
Dude,
cat just doesn't do shit that she's not supposed to do.
I wish cats were receptive in that area of like, we're gonna put Abaddon and Luna in a fucking area, and like you guys need to fight each other. Do you think they would naturally do that?
Play nice, play nice.
It's our fault because we used to let her on the counter when she was little till she's an adult. You have to train them from when they're little. That's why with the kittens, I'm trying to raise them differently.
I feel like right now we could start training Luna to get off the counter.
It's gonna be a lot harder to do that.
Maybe.
Yeah, you could do it,
Maybe.
but it would be harder.
I don't know. It's sometimes I feel like getting them off the counter, sometimes I don't. So it's just,
That's what I'm saying.
if I can't even keep my own shit straight, I'm not gonna. You know.
Fair.
It's because I liked when we lived at the other house. They love nature, and I would let her sit in the windowsill, but I didn't want her on the damn kitchen counter, so it was so difficult for me to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Also, Astro just be sitting like right next to the sink, looking down into it,
He loves the sink.
and the bathtub.
That's
dude.
kind of cool.
It's
Dude.
very. I don't know why they
Our
just.
bathroom.
Curiosity.
Loves the loves the
Cats
sink.
are
What's in
so-
that hole?
Right. Like, what are you even seeing?
That's probably a big.
I
hole
know what
there.
it is, and I would never do that. Huh?
Especially the sounds that
He
it
just
comes
wants
from
to-
like,
Right.
the garbage disposal.
Right.
He just wants to
Very
look at it.
True.
I don't know if it's the
You think he'd be
garbage
scared?
Probably.
disposal. Well, we
He
gotta
might be
keep
embracing the
water
fear.
in the game.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's got
Yeah,
what is it?
Abaddon
Is it
can't stand it.
Achilles.
You have to get it-
He's got Achilles in him.
thing, like, if I-
Oh, like the
He's
Greek god.
Brave. Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
like,
okay.
sturdy, and I was in the shower, like,
Yeah.
what?
Achilles Astro.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Astriles.
Avery found a cat that was almost dead in winter. Its eye was like his eye never fully recovered.
In winter.
He found it in the winter, like in the snow.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then
like not this year.
no, 2022, I believe.
I thought you were meaning like in the snow.
I have a
when it
photo of
snowed
him.
or some shit.
No. He's a very pretty cat. He's all white and he has really bright blue eyes.
He's alive.
He is alive and
Fuck
he's doing
yeah.
well. And he named him Achilles because he survived.
That's a dope name.
And he
bro.
was just a brave ass cat. He would
Hell
fight the
yeah.
biggest cat there.
Oh, he's male.
nice.
Yes.
Male white.
It was Bubba. He named it Bubba, the biggest cat there, and he would fight him all
Dude,
the
Bubby
time.
was a tank.
Dude, Bubby
Like
was
fat or
nuts.
Bubby
buff?
was crazy. No,
He
like
was
he was
crazy.
built.
A monster.
Okay.
He got shot and came back.
Like-
bro.
Oh, this motherfucker. This
Who
motherfucker
shot
was
him?
a tank.
Dude, he would go on like he would just run away
For adventures.
I
for
bet I'll
like
survive
a
this.
month at a time and then just come back to the house one day.
Oh, okay.
He
And
was
then,
all fucking his hose and getting his money.
yeah,
and
he'd be dirty.
His catnip.
He'd have a hole in his face and just be like, "What's up?"
Yeah, I
Back from the streets.
Yeah.
Like,
God, I wish I knew that cat.
Yo, I didn't know he was
He's
cool
as
like
big
that.
as the toilet seat.
Dude, Bubby was like massive.
his face is wider than
Look at that, bro.
He looks
and that
like
was her when she was like
sad.
14.
He looks like bummed out. He's like, yeah, I can
man
live.
is
Well,
but-
seasoned.
imagine being demasculated like that when you look like that, bro. He's the
Yeah.
biggest cat on the fucking block.
Oh, he got his balls chopped.
on the fucking
Bro.
Oh
Bro,
my
he is
lord.
fucking- he's probably bigger than a
raccoon,
raccoon.
bro.
Nah, those raccoons be getting big.
That shit is crazy, bro.
You know, 2 raccoons can fit in your asshole, fully sized.
Wait, what are you talking? Wait, what are we talking about? I
Did
thought
I tell you guys? Did we talk about this?
I'm trying to find
No.
Achilles. What are we
I feel
on?
What have we ever talked about?
I feel like the
I
night
don't
that we
remember
sparred.
this.
You talked about raccoons.
Did that just come up?
fitting in your asshole?
I talked
Listen.
about that with some people.
I
It
forgot to
definitely was
mention-
with you guys.
Yeah.
2, like, maybe the biggest. No, but 2 like normal,
the
fully
average?
grown. Yeah, 2 average sized. Yeah, raccoons can fit inside of your asshole.
You would definitely die. There's no
Dude.
way.
I know you were a kid before. You watched some,
Oh, that's not where I thought this was
Corn.
going.
right? You've been watching Corn, and you saw the gape that it can get to.
I saw a hole in one time.
What does that even mean?
I don't
Think
know.
about it.
Genuinely, I don't think I went down that rabbit hole too far.
Oh, okay.
It was an ad.
Dude, there'd be some boring ass
that
nights.
video. Yeah. That
I mean,
video
I could
was in, like
see-
an ad. Yeah,
I
yeah.
could see, you know,
It's always the most
a
ridiculous
fucking
shit.
a
Yes.
baseball
I'm like, why is
size
that
coming
over
out of
there?
there. I've seen that.
Baseball is small compared to what you can fit inside that
Shit,
bitch.
I haven't seen something that big, like a baseball size. Yeah, I just haven't seen much of that.
Dude, there was a chick that got a mason jar, like it shattered.
Yeah, I know about that.
Yes,
the
yes,
fuck?
yes.
Shit is
Oh my
fucked.
God, bro!
I consider that not fitting.
Why would you?
That's what
How
I'm
would you not think of like maybe the glass can shatter?
What?
What if it
How's
was
that
like?
not a thought?
What if it was a suicide attempt?
I hope it worked.
'Cause that was
Damn.
irreparable. I feel like.
Like what if? I feel like if you're gonna try to find a way to kill yourself, you gotta always think, what happens if I survive? What do I gotta
Dude.
deal with?
They're hoping. There's a small light in them that is like maybe it won't work, and then that'll be the godsend that I needed to show me that my life
That'll be
was
the
worth
proof.
That's sad. I hate
Yeah.
that for him.
My stepdad read a statistic one time. I don't know if it's number one because I don't think it is. One of the biggest ways to kill yourself in the world, even today, I believe, is by hammer to your head. And he was just like, what if they didn't do it on the first one? Like imagine caving in your skull, and then waking up later still alive.
I think you would wake up like the dude who broke into my house on Halloween that one year.
Oh yeah, he did wake up after the first time, didn't
it.
he?
Woke up with a.
Oh no, he woke up in general, and then.
Yeah, but he was
Yeah.
like basically.
Wait, hold on.
non-respondent.
Wait, you know someone that did this and survived? The
No.
hammer thing?
I was
Oh, you're
I was
talking about
misunderstanding
the-
what you were saying.
Oh.
I thought you meant before the final blow. I thought you meant like after the glass or something. He passed out, but
Oh.
the glass bowl. No,
I wish. That was my hope.
that would have been
He would have lived.
convenient.
I
Yeah,
also was hoping that
probably.
it did that and not like broke in half, and it was just like a dong. I was hoping it was like a.
Yeah,
Fair.
Like, you threw hard enough- it had enough force to shatter the whole thing.
Yeah. God.
It's pretty baller.
I'm just thinking about like, because if you dropped that bowl, if I just dropped it, like from here
Bro.
to here on a hard floor, it wouldn't shatter
I
like
can't
that.
find
Like, it would
this
take
photo,
me.
bro.
Yeah. You
I
would have to,
wonder-
like, spike
The
it.
feel-
I wonder what
Feeling.
was in the police report.
Same.
You said what?
I wonder what was in the police report.
I never looked into it, to be
I
honest.
could not wait for that mugshot to come out if he was, because I thought he was gonna survive. Obviously, I didn't think about it,
Yeah.
but I was like, dude, I'm gonna make T-shirts with that fucking mugshot, bro.
Fair. You get a
God,
tattoo.
That would have been such good promotion for you.
I mean, I did post my mugshot.
True. Well, I'm saying they would have to know that somebody broke into your house and ended up leaving
True.
in an ambulance.
Yeah, and they could ask. They'd be like, "Which rapper is that?" I'm like, nah, it's. Well, it wouldn't be a dude I killed because he survived. So never mind.
What were you gonna say before that though? You were like going somewhere with that. I thought.
I thought you were looking at me. I was like,
The
fuck.
PCP thing?
Yeah, you said. We were talking about the glass bowl. You said something about the police report, and then you said that maybe that's where that led to.
I can't believe I can't find this cat, bro. I'm
Oh,
pissed.
like saying he wanted to be the person to see the police report, to see what he looked like, right?
No,
Oh.
no.
No, he just wondered what the police report said.
Oh.
Like, what did they say anything about you guys,
Right.
or did they protect you from that?
Yeah, I feel like they didn't put us in there because then we would have had to have probably went to court. Their family probably would have tried to do something, especially with the way they were reacting.
He had no family.
I thought that people were saying like, I don't know, maybe I am misremembering then.
Nice.
But I thought that somebody was saying something about like wanting to know who did it or something like that. Somebody in his family.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
damn,
lie.
like that means they don't know who did it.
Yeah.
Who said that they don't know who did it?
I know that they took a picture of me because I had cuts and shit.
Mm.
I was
I didn't
smiling.
get a picture of me.
Bro, I was high as fuck. I remember he was like, I need to take a picture, and I was like, okay. Oh my god. Bro, the dude looking at that was like, this guy's not in jail right now. Like he didn't do anything. He was innocent. Okay, that's funny,
Dude, other than that, we were having a great time.
bro. And then Noah had to get lippy.
How to get lippy?
He was just he was being reasonable. He was being very disagreeable with the
Dude,
bitch ass cops.
Yes, I have heard that part. Yes. Honestly, that's one of my favorite parts of the story.
Dude, I literally when I was checking out back, and we were talking about like, hey, like we do not know where our roommate is, and he was like,
Bro.
go find her yourself. I was like,
Dude, there's
What?
5 guys on this one dude. And we're like, hey,
handcuffs,
there's a person
bleeding out.
missing. And they're like, okay, well, we're doing our job right now. And it's like, okay, one of you can't go look. And they're like, why don't you go look yourself? And I'm like, wow, thank you.
Yeah, right. Please.
And I was like, I fucking will.
This was that cat.
I saw that glass bowl feel you, bitch.
Yeah.
This is Achilles.
He
Finally.
looks like a dude. I was just talking with Alyssa about how we need to get statues of me and her when we have a house, of like those Greek god statues that are just like the face or chest plates. You
Did
know
you
what
wanna
I'm
cook?
saying?
Dude,
Yes.
I would love to go cook.
What are you saying that's?
That looks like like the color of her and the like little bit
Yes,
of gray in
bro.
her face. It looks like one of those like white plain statues that people have plaques of.
And
type
he
thing.
and he named him Achilles.
Yes,
Bravest cat I've ever met. This cat. I saw it growing up. I see it almost fully grown, but obviously it was still just like a kitten mindset. But annoying. Fucking not like a meowing annoying, but like
rambunctious annoying.
if you let him in your room and you're like, yeah, let's just hang out and chill. No, absolutely not. He will toy with anything. He pissed off at Avery so bad all the time. I would just hear him just scream Achilles in the fucking living room.
So you lived with his family?
I just lived with him for.
No, not Avery, my brother.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
The dude that I dropped because he called. Damn it, bro! I can't link that. An old friend.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I've talked about him on here before. But yeah, I lived with him for a little over a year.
Damn. Okay. I think I know. I think I've heard you say a story about him at least.
Yes, I think I've told more than one, honestly. Yeah, I mean, I was friends with him since high school. That was the last friend I had that was from high school. I mean, I have some people that I'm cool with. If I bump into them, I'm like, hey, we used to blah, blah, like shit like that. But like someone that I talk to regularly, no. Do you have anybody?
It's weird because there were people that like I felt friendly with and like I would have called friends at one point, but like they really just like I don't know, it's weird. Like I just don't, cause like I was cool with even if I saw him in person, it'd probably be like a good conversation. But like they just don't ever say anything or
Right, they're not regular,
at all.
consistent.
Like not since
yeah,
high school, yeah.
yeah.
But like I would have guessed.
Yeah.
I
have
would
some
have at
people
least
like
been
that.
like, hey bro, that was good shit on your fight, especially like people from who I wrestled with. But that could be like, damn.
People you miss?
People what?
People you miss?
I wouldn't say so, especially since a lot of like my motivation comes from fucking wrestling and just how it was. Like I wasn't a
What?
part of the fucking.
How was your experience with wrestling?
Very opposite with my experience in fighting, I would say.
Damn.
Especially
Negative?
mindset wise. Yeah, it felt like a job.
Oh, you
Like
didn't want to
something
do
I
it?
had to do. And I was very average mindset about it of like I would love to win, but like now like it was
How did that flip?
realizing that my life is at stake. I think.
That
That's
made
at
you
least what I'm
more
thinking.
excited about it and put a positive mindset on it?
Yeah.
It's like relating
Especially,
it.
like getting good and how like
So
I
it's-
slowly started realizing that like my coaches believed in me, even people who don't know fighting believed in me, people who did know fighting believed in me, and like it's like all this potential that I'm knowing that I'm getting instead of just being an average wrestler and seeing my coach focus on other people a lot more.
So it's very, I mean, I'm sure this is like this for any fighter, but it's very life or death
Yeah.
for you. And that's where you channel a lot of the.
I feel like that is the mainstay. I feel like that's what you need to get through amateur. I feel like that's what you need to be able to. I feel like that's what sets fighters at an early level, apart from other fighters, is literally what fighting other people means to them.
Fair.
And like that's why I feel like I'm gonna be the fucking best, because I literally know that it genuinely means fucking everything to me. So no one's gonna beat me on that.
Dude, when I listen to you talk about stuff like that, it's like putting a lot of the past few years of my life in my face in like a positive way. Like
Okay.
I'm seeing a lot of reflection of like passion that I don't have anymore. Because I remember when I started making music and it was like everything. It was all or nothing. I was just doing this all or nothing. And I was going to make it. And I feel like over the years I've let go of some of that and like gotten complacent, and like I wasn't putting out music for a long time. But I'm like, okay, it was life or death. Maybe I'm not like physically in life or death, but I'm putting myself in a position that is either I go all in, and if it doesn't work out, I'm fucked. And now here I am, fucked. For the time being, obviously I'm working on getting unfucked at this point in time. But and it's all part of the process. I've accepted that. This was the way my dominoes were supposed to fall.
Yeah.
But
Making me want dominoes right now.
but
Wow.
I'm like realizing like the death that I was accepting.
Clip purposes.
Fair.
Like the death
Yeah, I
death was
agree.
like the Vanella Boy performing. The death was the Vanilla Boy gaining fans. The death was like
What do you mean that was the death?
like so if it's life or death, I'm either doing one or the other, right?
Oh.
It's like the more I let one creep in, the less I get of the other. So the more death I'm allowing the Vanilla Boy to have, the less life I'm getting in him.
Bro, the thing that pisses me off the most about how people see how we're living our life right now is that what they don't understand at all is that we are actively engaging with this lifestyle. So we have to learn a
Right.
different skill set.
Right.
A skill set that they don't even have to worry about.
Right.
It's very easy, especially when you have a comfortable position at a job that you can consistently get paid at, to bank on that for a lot of things. You will put 70% of your identity in it, and you don't even realize it.
True.
Especially if you've never even seen the other side of things. I didn't realize that's what I was doing. Because I would come home and I would write every day, and I would go to the gym every day, and I would do all these habits every single day. But what I wasn't paying attention to was that 70% of my life was coming from that place, the place of stability. There's no desperation over there. There's nothing really difficult.
True.
I don't know about you guys, but when I don't have something set to do for 8 hours a day, I get bored a lot.
Yeah.
So I have to sit with boredom.
Dude,
and I don't think people can do that.
It's crazy. Like, I look at it like right now is the time. When I wrote that thing, I need to read you this. I went and got my hair done, and while I was just chilling, because Riley was like talking to the other girls in the salon and stuff. So I was like, all right, well, I don't have phone service, so I can't really scroll. And then I was like, what am I going to do? Just sit here. I sat there and like looked at the walls for a while, and just like, dude, when I'm in that position, I'll like look at things and I'll like start counting. I'll like see how many ceiling tiles there are just to like
Just
kind of
observing?
like, yeah, I'm just like analyzing everything that's in the building. And then it gets to the point where I can't do that anymore. I've taken in everything I can take in, and now I'm just like, well, what now? So then I started writing. And the night before, I had decided that I was going to drop Just Friends, No Man's Land, End of the Night,
Yeah.
Summer Love, and Don't Lie to Me.
Shit is cool.
Because I've just been sitting. Dude, Just Friends is a year old. I made it a year ago. So that means that I've just been sitting with that. The world's never heard it. The
True.
only people that have heard it is like my mom's heard it once, and she probably couldn't even tell you what it sounds like. Obviously, you guys have heard it. And that's pretty much it. And then it's like, okay, so the Vanilla Boy is just consistently not releasing music at this point. I'm just not dropping music. And then I had this like, I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm just going to put it out on YouTube, and they're going to be the demos. So it's not even going to be the finished product, because that was the biggest thing. I didn't want to put out unmixed and mastered music because I've already had that for a long time. And then I felt like a step backwards, and it was going to reduce the quality of my music. But at this point, it's like, okay, well, no music is worse quality than bad quality music. And it's not even going to be bad quality.
True, it's not even as bad
It's-
as it's just not gonna be perfect.
Yeah, it's just not going to be
As
as
clo-
good.
as
It's still
close.
going to be good. It's still going to be listenable.
Bro, I listen to some old Juice WRLD, like from his first album, like
Dude, those shoes are sick.
the one with the thank you.
I like those shoes.
Yeah, they're just fucking
I'm
sick.
kind of biased though. Mine are white and blue as well.
Hey,
We got the white and blue.
You know, I hate 'cause I wear it with black and white and gray all the
Mm,
time. But
Fair.
for some reason, I mean, it doesn't look bad.
I
feel
think
like,
they
so-
look like cleats almost.
True.
True.
Kind of look like baseball shoes.
Yeah, they kind of feel like it when I'm like fucking jogging and shit in them.
I bet they. You think they help? Like the running shoes, or?
I don't think these are running shoes.
Well, actually, yeah. I guess that wouldn't be running shoes. That wouldn't be the same thing. It's like more built for grit and just like a different texture overall. What the hell are
Yeah.
running shoes? Exactly.
They
Like they
are
go
like-
over the ankle, for sure.
Oh, like Reebok.
Yeah, like they want to protect like your joints, and also they're more formed to your foot, and they're not like flat on the bottom. Like his is like a damn near flat surface across. Like, do you see how like mine's like angled out?
Mm. Would those be considered?
They're like, yeah,
They're like fitness
yeah.
shoes.
Like, you know, a Nike Air Max.
Yeah.
Like the one, like Nike shoes with a bubble, are running shoes.
Okay. Fair.
I think there might
Nah,
be like a couple that
I think
have a
because
bubble
those
that
are like
sure.
flat.
Like the Air Maxes.
Mm-hmm. Like Jordans, not Jordans. Air Maxes. They're flat on the bottom.
What do you guys think about New Balance?
I mean, I never really considered it. Obviously, Jack put them on the map.
Didn't somebody else rock them as well?
I had underwear New Balance before anything.
Not the shoes though.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it can fit some people's styles, not mine.
Well, I could also see it being like, New Balance was never the big thing.
It was always like grandpa shoes and shit.
Yeah, and then Jack brought a new.
Style.
I'm trying to think of like
Oh, this
age
just smells
group.
good.
Brought a new age group of
Generation?
people. Yes, generation. Thank you.
Oh, fair.
He brought a new generation to them, so they have to start. Now they're getting an influx of money, so they can start amplifying, changing their
Yes.
style,
And they like adapt them.
Yeah.
And make them look
which
more
is
modern.
fantastic for them. That's a great business
Dude, that's
model.
exactly what we were talking about, dude. That's come up. That kind of thing has come up like a few times throughout this podcast, and I think it's funny that we were talking about that with video games before the podcast
Mm.
about how like I was saying like the second game is usually my favorite of things, and then like we went on to talk about more video games, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, the second one. Oh yeah, the second one." I was like, "Bro, fuck, I wasn't even thinking about it." And
Dude,
Seth
it
was
is real.
like, "Dude." So it's like they have the closest mindset to their original idea with the first one, but now they just have more money to
Yes.
make it a little better.
Fair.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's a good. That's probably pretty accurate for a lot
Dude.
of
Yeah.
sequels.
Which is what games should be doing, because that means that they have a genuine idea and they care about it. But
It's the opposite with movies.
dude, there's like so many games now that are like just cash grabs.
Dude, I'm the.
Yeah, Fortnite is a
insane.
big just cash grab
I agree.
thing. Like Fortnite's fucking. I cannot believe why it's even still popular.
Dude, okay, so but here's the thing. I don't know how there is a way to do it morally, in my opinion. So like for Fortnite's example, what they do is they have a battle pass. They were the first ones to do this. And you could pay money to get the battle pass. Now if you completed the battle pass, you could get the next battle pass. and you would always get extra of the currency that you would pay the battle pass with, because you would convert your money into currency V-Bucks.
Yeah.
And then so you get enough V-Bucks to buy the next battle pass and then some, so if you want to spend some. So you can do that, or you can pay money for the V-Bucks and get the things out of the store that you want. So you can either grind the game, getting good at the game in the process, and then if you play it enough, you just get refunded. So it's like a give and take, right?
Yeah.
So if you're playing their game that much, then they're gaining a lot from that. So they're giving you another free battle pass to do that because you originally invested.
Yes, bro.
So that shit makes sense. Apex was doing
Dude.
that too.
Siege did that shit when it first
But-
came out. I loved it.
Apex changed it. Now you can't rebuy the battle pass. In Overwatch, you cannot rebuy the battle pass.
Wait, hold up. You can rebuy? Like when like the new season came out or some shit?
So like every season you have to pay again. You cannot play
I
it.
feel like that's
That's
reasonable.
piss.
Well, that's what I'm saying about Fortnite is if you play enough, which it takes a lot of hours to beat the
Yeah.
battle pass.
Yeah.
So once you complete the battle pass,
yeah.
that's like the give and take relationship. They're getting people to play their game, but you have to pay them a little bit of money to get the extra cool shit. But if you play their game enough, then they're just giving you the extra cool shit. So you're putting in the hours for them. They're rewarding you with cosmetics and things to buy and whatever the fuck. But then
Do they get any kind of extra anything for I guess how do video games make what determines them making all the money from releasing a video game? Like video game sales themselves, like the disc and
Mhm.
the cover and shit like that.
merch.
Merch, yeah, and like buying shit directly from the video game. But like, do they get extra for like people playing their game, like the
Well,
hours played in the game?
Because consoles like Xbox or franchises, I guess, Xbox will pay. Or
Like
it's
a
either,
YouTube kind of thing.
Yeah, it's
Or,
like a-
yeah, like a YouTube kind of thing. Okay.
Well, I think that what it is Xbox is the platform, so maybe the game makers have to pay Xbox to get it on there, but then they get a shit ton of plays from the Xbox, and then the more people playing their game, so it's kind of like clout. Like the more people that play the game, and it's like, okay, they'll tell their friend, wow, this game's really cool. So then they'll play and they'll be like, wow, this game's really cool. And they'll go tell their friends, and then it just builds and builds and builds. And then when they put out their next game, that's the moneymaker.
Yeah.
And then there's like differences with like AAA titles have like a lot of finances backing them.
Okay.
There'll be like entities that back them. And I think that it's fine because this is another thing. If Apex is going to be a free-to-play game, they're probably not making as much money as if they were charging money for their game.
Correct.
Which is crazy, and this is why Overwatch is such a scam, because I originally paid for the game. When it was Overwatch 1, I paid for that game.
Yeah.
Well, when it was Overwatch 2, they just took Overwatch 1 away. So now I just don't have that game. I didn't pay for it. Now it's free to play, so it's fine, but I don't get anything extra for that.
And you don't keep your profile or anything.
I kept my profile. I keep everything that I got from
like your
Overwatch.
level and shit.
Yeah,
like that?
and like
Okay.
and like all my cosmetics, which is fine. That's cool, but they
But
just
that's
took
like what
Overwatch
they
1
should
away.
do.
But now it's a different game, so it's like this isn't even the game I paid for.
Mm,
But I don't even get to play the other game because it's just gone now. So
that is
then-
fucky.
On top of that, they make you pay $10 a season to buy their battle pass to get all the cool cosmetics and all this shit. And when
Tennessee's cheaper than what Siege's was.
fair,
That's crazy. Tennessee, I
that's at
wish.
least what Apex's was. I guess I don't really know how much it
Apex,
costs to do
okay,
Overwatch.
Apex.
Well, Apex is
Apex would be cheaper than
Yeah.
Siege.
But Overwatch is like, even it doesn't matter how much it is. If I have to pay it every single time, even if I put in the hours, that shit doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't add up because also you have cosmetics in the store that I would have to pay money for if I wanted them. And it's either that or the battle pass, so I have to pay money no matter what. And then I also have to pay money regularly, like a service. And Apex had stuff that you could buy in the store for Apex coins. You could buy Apex coins if you wanted, but you didn't have to.
Right.
Because you would finish the battle pass, you would get a little bit extra, so you would have some to spend, but you could also buy the next battle pass, and then you never have to spend the actual money again. You already invested. That's what's giving them money. And then where they're going to make a lot of money is people that don't want to wait for the battle pass. They want to get more Apex coins so they can buy everything. And that's fine. If they want to make money like that, that's cool. Because they're not really ripping anybody off at that point.
Yeah.
If people are willing to pay their own money, that's on them.
For sure.
But if I'm going to play your game and you want me to pay money to play it, essentially, or you're not going to make any money, then why don't I get anything from that that's tangible?
Yeah.
But
What's going on? What game?
I was talking about battle passes and the way that money,
Oh.
like, it's important for game makers to care about the game and the vision of the game and what they want out of it rather than the money that the game's going to make, because that's where it's getting really lost right now is
Fair.
big
Pay to win.
big entities are like, how do we make the most money off of this? And game makers are like, okay, yeah, whatever you say, daddy.
Right. As long as they submit and they pay whatever.
Then they get
amount.
the biggest platform to put their game on.
Did you guys ever play Destiny?
Yeah, I played some Destiny.
Did you ever play Destiny? Destiny did that.
Mm.
Dude, they got so much flack for that. It was a new concept, but it
Yeah,
worked.
right.
They're like, okay, I guess I'll buy the rest of the game. I like it.
Yeah.
So,
And
then
then it
everybody-
just keeps going, and people still are
Right.
paying it.
Dude, they had like 6 bundle packs. After the 4th one, I was like, bro, I cannot just keep asking my mom for $20. I cannot do this.
Dude, it's like a gripe with DLC originally. It was, dude, finish your game.
Right. But people still were like, okay.
Yeah, they'll still pay $20
okay.
for extra
Yeah,
on
yeah,
top
yeah,
of the
yeah.
$60 they've already paid for the extra
Black
game.
Ops, extra
Yeah.
maps, Black Ops, extra game.
And I did
modes.
that shit.
Yeah, I bought it.
And it's like, there are some things, I think that's a scam in itself, but I mean, It's
how
the name
far,
of the
it's
game.
how they take it.
right, it's the name of the game. And for like example,
I wish I had back all the money I spent on Siege right now.
fair. I
Was it
feel
a bunch
you.
of bundle shit?
So, bro, like they have these elite skins,
Yeah.
and
Just skin, right? Nothing else. Just. Okay,
Yeah, it doesn't
okay.
do it. It's purely
yeah,
cosmetic.
because the thing of the game is like fairness. Like
Right,
everyone
right.
had like there's different guns and different abilities and shit like that, but like nothing extra like that. So it'd all be just skins, but like
I fell for it for a little bit of Fortnite because we were all getting into it. I think I might have spent like $2 or something. Nothing crazy. But after that, no, I did not go any further into the skin idea
I
at
would
all.
I would buy elite
I was like-
skins and then later on they would release a cool skin for the same character and I'd be like,
The way Call of Duty did skins on guns, at least at first, was dope.
was all earned.
You had to earn it. Yeah, it was
All
like
of it.
50
Yes, bro.
headshots, get this.
That's what makes a game a game.
Dude,
I
feel like.
agree.
That's
I love
why
that
I
shit.
didn't agree with Black Ops. Like Modern Warfare made you get everything, especially even offline.
Was that like the? What would you have to unlock offline?
Just everything.
Oh,
the
okay,
skins,
okay,
the
yes,
guns.
yes.
Like you'd have to level up to get the better guns.
Right. Yes.
And
You do that with bots.
yeah,
If you got
no,
50
there was no
headshots.
bots in Modern Warfare 2.
Was there none?
No.
Oh wait, I think you're right. Actually.
Yeah. So, dude, me and Jaden used to grind that shit. It was crazy.
I would just do like across the map.
Yeah,
Knives.
yeah.
That was my shit, bro.
That shit was funny.
I was like, that's so cool because you get the final kill cam and somebody did something fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit was nuts.
Dude. Rachel's good at fucking Call of Duty.
You good at COD? Which one? All of them?
They're pretty much the same.
Like all the Black Ops games or like Black Ops 1?
What was this one we were playing?
Depends.
6.
Oh. Fair.
Yeah, 6 zombies. Dude, that shit's crazy.
Dude, I'm not downloading that shit.
Oh.
What, tonight?
Asshole.
Bro, you could try it tonight, bro.
I'm about to
I would
eat
watch.
that sock.
What?
I'm about to eat that sock.
Dude, don't.
Eat the what?
Bro, yeah, hold up, pause.
What happened?
There was
What
a
happened?
s, not, there wasn't a k. I said sock.
Oh,
Sock.
okay, okay,
Eat
okay.
his sock.
See, he's not illiterate. He
And his
knows.
sock
he
has
knows
a
how to
donut.
He's
spell
being
in
awful
it.
defensive right now. is what it
Planet
feels like.
Donut? Isn't it Planet Pizza?
He just read that. He's not illiterate.
Dude, we've proven it right here on the Conscious Cast.
Maddawg is not illiterate half the time.
And we knew he wasn't anyway.
Sometimes I definitely am.
Do you have dyslexia of any kind?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I've done like
I think a very healthy dose of ADHD, like looking back on it, because I never even thought about having anything like that until I was with Alyssa, and then she was like, "You have bad ADHD," and then I was like, "Why do you keep saying that?"
Dude, ADHD is just a survival instinct.
Bro,
meditate.
I feel like I went to school
You could
with kids,
meditate.
Like even talking to some
I
people,
think it'll help.
Like their learning ability, meditation, yeah.
Dude, I really think even if it's 5 minutes, I did 5 minutes, bro, easy.
So, I'm glad you said that. I was gonna.
I've been
say
running
this
every day.
earlier. Fuck yeah.
Nah, I'm not gonna
that's
say I've been
it.
running fucking miles, but I've been running every day.
Dude, as long as even if you're running fucking 4 times a week and not every day, like that's whatever. But you're running every day.
I'm running every day.
Like since we
Every
sparred.
single day, I have made a point to go outside at least once and to jog some distance. Yes, every day.
That's pretty sick. I like that.
I was
I
for
fuck with
2 of the days.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Man was sicker than fuck.
Yes.
Dude, I noticed that since I've been riding my bike to the gym and back and shit like that, like my legs and my ability to like feel stable when I'm tired is advanced.
Yeah.
Like I'll fucking do hard runs and like especially since I haven't been eating, I was running and like I almost threw up, and I was like, especially because I did a hot bath before, I like almost threw up, and then after that I like kept running, and even after I finished the run, I went and shadow boxed 5 rounds. But, and like,
That's
but the
crazy.
stability I felt
That is
compared to like how I
cardio.
used to feel, dude. I was at the gym and I ran I was just curious. I was like, man, how would I feel if I just basically sprinted out 15 minutes straight, which is the time of my fight.
Yes.
And I started at 7.0 speed for the first 3 rounds, which is 9 minutes. And then for the 4th round, I upped it to 8. And then for the 5th round, I upped it to 9. And then halfway through the 5th round, I upped it to 9.5. And then even after that, I was like at 175.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, bro, I might as well run 2 miles. I was like, I can't just like I can't run the 15 minutes that I planned for and then be at like 1.80 and just not run left 0.2.
Yeah,
I might
I
as well
feel
get
that.
that 2.0. So then I did that, and this is that little shit that I think about. My shoe got untied as I was running,
Damn.
and it was like the 4th round. I was like, bro, shit's gonna happen in a fight, and I ain't gonna stop. So I was like running with
gonna
a.
come outside of the
Hell yeah.
I was
I
so.
respect that, bro.
Hell yeah.
Dude, you're locked in.
I did not want to stop because I know that it would suck.
Dude, it was a shit test to see if you would stop, and you
Yeah.
just
You're gonna
didn't.
trip, you're gonna
I
trip,
feel like
you're
it's
gonna trip,
just
you're
a
gonna trip.
stupid thing to stop. You might as well battle through it. Yeah, I was constantly.
Yeah.
I even moved to where my left
Dude.
foot would be in the middle of the fucking.
And there's a
treadmill.
side of your mind that's like, that's the logical thing to do. And it's like, I don't care about that
Yeah,
right
it
now.
Sucks because it's like for safety. Like I have every reason to stop right
Yes.
now.
It makes sense to stop.
But you won't have the ability to stop when when the real deal is
Yeah,
going.
like if I literally pictured it like same fucking foot that I hurt in both the Sakai fights, and the same leg that I hurt in the Seth fight. Fuck you.
Wait, what exactly happened to it?
Like in the first Sakai fight, in both of the Sakai fights, in the beginning of the 2nd round, I fucked this ankle up. Literally, like you could not make his shit up. The first strike I threw in the first Sakai fight in the 2nd round was this kick, and I hurt it. Same thing in the 2nd fight.
with the same kick.
exact. Okay, so I learned, but it still happened because in the first one I was like throwing it from like opposite stance, like if my right foot was forward and his left foot was forward, and I kicked across and I just hit his knee. But the second time it was like same foot forward and I just leaped into it, and I think that was a spacing issue. It was more my foot, like I hit him with my foot and it just like
Oh, it like
Fucked
flicked your
up.
ankle back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
So for something like that, did it just heal over time, or did you have to do something?
dude, I was like hopping on one leg throughout the house for a month. Yeah. Same thing with
What were
after
you-
the Seth fight when he had like my leg entangled and I was on the ground trying to get up and I moved and it stayed like this and I moved
fuck,
into it.
dude.
And I bet if I ask him, he'll even remember it. I was like, ow.
Did you do any stretches or anything?
Yeah.
Oh,
I stretched. It was
okay.
just like I bent it. Like I
Yeah,
still
you
have
bent it
problems
the
with
way
it,
that
bro.
it shouldn't have been.
Yes. Like I'll kick
Uh.
people and like they'll catch my kick and I'll have to go like this out of it to like retrieve my leg back, and it fucking hurts every time.
How important is stretching?
Like the most important. That's how I fucked my neck up last time.
Dude, I really think that's how I hurt my knee.
Oh yeah, from the run you were talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah, especially if you're not used to running like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
it's like
consistently.
Well,
at least.
yeah, I was about to say it was like my conditioning was readily available. My body was very stiff.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, my movement meditation is literally just
Dude.
stretching.
I glad you said that because I was just thinking about this as you said that. I was like, man, because you said stiffness. And I was like, you seem pretty, like in my mind real quick, I was like, he seemed pretty loose when he was fighting. And then I was like, who would be the most loosened out of the three of them that I feel like was the most loose? And I was like, David was pretty fucking flowy. And then like literally as I was thinking that, you said that. So
Fair. Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
probably why.
Dude, my biggest drawback in that quarrel was my expended.
Define.
Quarrel is like a fight, but it's a different
Oh,
word
really?
for
It's
a
for-
quarrel.
Yeah.
It's like
it's
fisticuffs.
like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure, quarrel.
I need to make that a post. one
Yeah,
day.
a quarrel.
Quarrel day.
Yeah.
Quarrel week.
Dude, I'm gonna forget what I'm saying if I ask you to. No, you're good. A quarrel. What the fuck even made me say that?
You were talking about how you were swinging.
Dude, I was using way too much for like no payoff.
Right. Okay.
Like I was like, okay, that'll do nothing, 100%. Like,
Yeah.
and it was mainly me just like getting in my body. I was like, okay, if I,
you want to feel it? Yeah.
how hard could I throw this hand of mine? It
Yeah,
was
it's like even if it's
Definitely
not
tested that against him.
that was
even
the
if it's not
question.
connecting, it's still showing you like how hard you could throw it.
And I realized what that does to my body. I was like, oh, if I just do that every time, I'm just gonna have nothing left.
Yeah.
And imagine you're locked in a cage. You.
Yeah.
You have to be reserved, or at
Yeah.
least high risk, high reward.
You
What do you-
need to know when to let it loose.
That's what I was gonna say.
You can't
But
just
how
go in the-
calculated does it have to be? Is there ever like risk or?
So it does depend on like.
It's all chest, right?
Oh yeah.
It's all
yeah,
just chest.
Yeah. People think they can just go in there and just fight. You know, I'm gonna just do my best and fight. You know, do what I know how to do. But it's not working like that. Like it'll get you by some people.
It's a strategy.
It'll get you by
Yeah.
the other people that think like that when they get in
Oh,
there.
Yeah, fighting is intimidating, especially when violence is on the line. Because what is the chess match with
It's
violence?
better to think like that than to think like complete strategy, no dog.
You're right.
Like all dog, no strategy will be all strategy, no dog.
Fair. Yeah, I mean,
All day.
if you're not
In MMA. In MMA.
so if they don't have the dog in them, is that's what you mean, right? That's like the bark. That's like the.
No, that's the bite.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like, what exactly is the dog, and who has it? Who's a great example? Give me 3 people in the UFC.
Keaton. Oh, UFC. Okay.
Fuck it.
I mean, to be
Keaton.
Keaton.
Who else?
Oh, yeah,
when you
yeah.
when you think of a fighter who has that dog in them, who do you think of? Max Holloway, I'm sure.
Max. Yeah, the dude who knocked him out, Taporia.
Israel.
Yeah. Anyone in the UFC.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
Yeah, if you get to that level, you have to have a little dog in you.
What the fuck? How?
What?
How do people stay in the game when they don't have that?
Do you have like
They do.
examples?
Connor,
He does.
does he? Okay.
Oh, you
Yeah.
meant like
Why do you think he doesn't?
The lack of energy.
So, I mean, so that man's main. So this is kind of why I like learning from people's mistakes, is because his main drive and focus and everything that was involved with fighting is like, I need to make sure my people are right. I want like to be good. I
So
want to
was-
make sure I have no problems with anything, and it's very like, to put it plainly, it was like he wanted to get rich and he wanted to not worry about wealth. He wanted to just have wealth.
Oh.
And so once you have that, then it's like the why isn't there anymore.
Would you say the
So-
dog is in the why?
Not really. Because
Really?
I feel like for me, with wrestling, I did not have that dog in me. But now I'm realizing I do, because something such as realizing that my life is at stake like brought it out of me. But I feel like it's all mental and can be maintained. But at the same time, That's why I feel like he will fight again. I do believe that, but that's why I feel like it's every so often.
Yeah, I guess I just don't understand what having that dog means, because I guess when I think about how
So what do you? Oh, okay.
like his entrance, his energy compared to yours, he didn't have a charge in him. He wasn't like, I don't know, maybe he was just reserving it. I
It's
don't
like
know.
okay.
I would say he's very cocky.
Is he?
Connor,
Yes. Am I tripping?
are you talking about McGregor?
No.
Bro, see, that's what I thought at first, and then I caught on, and then I thought you realized already.
No. Yeah. Imagine Dragons. Sorry.
Oh my god, I hate myself, bro. That's how irrelevant you are. Bro.
I cannot wait to rewatch that whole discussion.
So I don't
keeping
even know
Conor
where
McGregor in mind. I'm gonna be like, oh my god, we were talking to two different people.
They're like
Oh,
polar opposites.
Yes. I'm
Okay,
like-
hold up. So where was the beginning of that supposed to be?
You were talking about how, I was like, how do people stay in the game if they don't have that dog in them?
And I said,
Okay.
"Can you give an example?" And he said, "Connor."
Yes. How is he just consistently still fighting? I don't understand. How
Is
can
it an ego thing? It's not about him winning. He just is like
That could
now
totally
he can
be
say
it.
I fight.
So
can
he
you still have the dog in you if you're doing it like
I
that?
feel like he has. I feel like to get in the cage, you low key do need a little dog in you. It's like what Alyssa gets. She just gets a little dog in her. But it still happens. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like you need to have a little dog in you.
Hell
But I feel like he's similar to like Justin with an E, not an I, and Levi with an E, not a O, or what I don't know what else you would put for Levi.
Yeah, Y maybe?
Yeah, with an I, not a Y.
A Y-I-E.
Shit. Lie. L-I-E.
True.
Fucking
One letter.
Levi.
Levi.
Never showed up, I.
Leave lie.
Leave lie.
Fucking. But yeah, I feel like he's in that scenario where he believes that he can make it to the UFC, but he kind of inherently.
I feel like subconsciously he doesn't believe.
That's what I'm saying. Like I have.
He says he believes, but he's lying to
The
himself right
belief
now.
I have in myself, like I can
Conor McGregor.
like tell.
That's nuts. Dude, I would never say Conor McGregor doesn't have. Well,
I mean, like that's what I was confused about. I was like,
his stamina in the later rounds.
Because you even said the inconsistent. Or what did you say? Like he's
low in energy.
Yeah, I should have fucking thought about that. Yeah, you
I
did say
remember.
energy level and shit
Like a spark.
like his walkout and shit like that. I was confused. I feel like he's a little. Oh, that's what we discovered though. Okay. Jesus, we're going
No,
in
fair.
fucking
No, it's fair. But no, I would not say that about Conor.
McGregor.
Yes, not at all. Yes, Conor McGregor. Fuck, bro.
Dude, every time like I go to watch that fight back, like on YouTube.
The Connor fight.
Yeah. And like I just like because it's like immediately him walking out and raising his hands like he did. I'm like,
It's like an NPC in GTA, bro. It made no
It
sense.
just looks like he did not. And bro, he was projecting hard as fuck that night too. He was like, "Dude, you were scared. That's why you wanted to stay on the ground." It's like, bro,
you want?
did you not
You
see
brought
how
it. You.
He was not throwing. I was waiting on him to do something because that was my plan. I was like, "Dude, I know that jab's coming," and he was just never doing it. He was never doing it. He was like,
Dude,
Sniffing you out.
you know in like anime arcs they fight a bunch of like nobodies before like the big fight, but you don't want to spend too much time on that stuff because it's like not as exciting. It's like, dude, Connor's one of those fights.
"Dude, I hate watching that. Like I've watched that fight back maybe 3 times fully.
What?
I hate that fight. It's like, bro, what am I
How
doing here?"
how often do you reject fights? And why do you reject fights?
The only time I've ever really rejected any kind of fight was a title fight in Muay Thai, so not kickboxing. It'd be Muay Thai where they're like, you can elbow, and just the style of striking is just very different. It was a Muay Thai title fight against this dude in Michigan, and their promotion's like now it's popping off. They got like 15 events now. And they got like press conferences and shit like that. And I was gonna be on the second one.
Oh,
And I was gonna be the main event.
Dude, I remember that.
Yeah. I think you were gonna walk out, right?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, and
Wasn't it
Bro.
like close to a
so,
different
yeah,
fight?
It would have been either that one or my MMA debut.
Yeah.
And the drive was like 6 hours, like north of
Oh,
Detroit.
Shit. Okay.
And so I was like, dude, I'm not trying to do all that.
I remember talking to you about that because you were like trying to contemplate
Yeah.
about what the right choice was, and I was like, I just feel like if you genuinely feel like the MMA debut is like more important to you,
It's funny because the only reason I would have picked the Muay Thai one over the MMA one is because of the notoriety I would get from it because
Right.
it's
Mm.
popping.
Yeah, I get
But
that. I get that.
I literally got like fight of the year in the MMA debut and got a lot. Like I got known with Griggs. And
Right.
It's just like it was exactly what I wanted. Dude.
it was putting the like.
I focused on what I really wanted.
Yes.
Instead of
Yes, you weren't trying to just
Going the
obtain
shortcut
the
way.
fame from it. You were
Dude,
trying to go and be an
the
MMA
genuine
fighter.
route.
the guys have
Yes.
gotten in on a lot of that shit too.
Yeah.
So nice choice.
Fair.
It's helped a lot, honestly. That's probably our biggest network, at
Yeah,
least
I
when it
would
comes to the
say-
guys.
I would say,
Just following genuinely what you
yeah.
want to do and like what you genuinely feel is the best decision to make, without any bullshit. Like, well, this could happen. Well, that could happen. Like, just genuinely don't even ask any other question other than like, what decision do I want to do right now?
Dude.
That's it. I feel like, depending on like how fucking. Yeah, depending on just what fucking.
I feel that.
Like business decisions, you probably need to think about. I don't know though. I feel like it just depends on the person. Me as a person,
What
I'm gonna run my business. Like, what do I want to do right here?
Mm.
Because that's what works for me. That's what's worked for me up until this point.
I think instincts go into
yeah,
a lot of things, but
Following your instincts.
skepticism will help you find things that you didn't think about.
I'm very skeptic of shit.
Yes, that's where your disagreeability comes in. I think,
Yeah.
which is in itself a strength, and
Yeah.
it's like what I was saying about because you're living a different lifestyle than say I was when I was just saying yes to every manager. You're learning a bunch of shit that I was not learning. Of course, there were things that I was learning as well on the opposite end, like you were saying. But like you were saying, I think it's you deciding to do it because that's what you want to do is exactly where the difference comes in. When I was working for Domino's, I was doing what they wanted me to do. You're doing what you want to do. So you're developing the skill set to do what you want to do, and it's made you disagreeable.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it bites you,
Yeah.
but you're the
I mean,
dog, so
that's the
you can take a
point of
bite.
Embracing failure, because I feel like you're gonna
True.
fail. You're gonna just fail in life. That's the way. That's the name of the game.
You embrace failure with, at least from stories you've said, bravery, which is crazy. You're like, I don't understand this situation. It's fucking stupid. Like that's like that's your response. That is not my immediate reaction. I'm like, I don't get this. How do I figure this out? What do I have to do? You're just like, no, fuck all that shit. No, not doing that. That's at least that's how I heard it whenever you were talking about the dude that. Sorry, I wasn't looking. I was just pointing it up and thought Alyssa was gonna be. Alyssa, who was gonna put his arm around her?
the Meyer dude.
Oh, is it Meyer?
Yeah.
What's your
No, but he was gonna be like he did it to the
what's
two
your
women in front of
version?
us.
What is it?
The two women in front of us. He was like just like.
So
You know, it was like so soft and just. I was like, dude.
I think it's old generational shit, honestly.
yes.
I take it as an old generational thing. I work with old people all the time.
For sure, but
I-
if he was genuine about it, he wouldn't have been like, okay, pal. I mean, that's. I mean, in his response, I mean, maybe that's cool, but like, he'd be like, hey,
I
bro,
mean,
I didn't
I
mean
don't
any
like-
disrespect by it. Like,
I mean, I
I'm
don't like
sorry.
being touched in general, but I saw him touch the two ladies in front of me. I knew he was gonna do it.
Oh my gosh.
I knew exactly. You knew he was gonna do it, and you didn't ask me to move. Why didn't you? If you knew he was gonna do that, why wouldn't you switch me spots?
The story that he told. Wait, I thought maybe I'm tripping. I thought in the story you said you moved her to the right.
No,
I thought
he
you.
didn't move me at all.
No, she was already on my right.
I was on the right.
Okay.
We still had time. There was people in front of us. You even told me in the car you saw them do it. I
Yeah.
saw them do it. If you had knowingly knew it was gonna make you uncomfortable, why didn't you try to prevent the situation?
That wasn't my thought. I was just like, dude, if he puts,
You
if he
wanted to
does
say
it,
something though. You were watching it.
Okay,
I saw
maybe
you.
I did
I saw you
subconsciously.
watch it happen.
He said he would react differently now. He did say that.
Yeah, I would also say, yeah, of course he's
And you didn't tell me that you saw him do that also. You just got mad.
Huh, I didn't get mad.
At me?
I got mad. I was just mad at the situation. Because it didn't make the
fair
situation better. I was embarrassed. I was already tired from work. I just got off work. I just wanted
So
to
I
get
feel
whipped
like
cream and
I feel
celebrate
like a way
Thanksgiving.
for you to not be embarrassed in that moment. Like
It's hard to when
think
my
of it as
boyfriend's
funny.
yelling in the middle of Meyer. He's going to beat up an old man and that he's an MMA fight this Saturday.
I said that it wasn't like a big. I
Like,
just said I got it this Saturday.
What did you do? What in that situation? What are you doing that helped the situation? What?
I would say
got the point across of. So you remember what I was talking to you about last night? I was like, when you're an old person, you don't have to stand up for shit like that because the respect is already kind of given. But at this age, you kind of have to stick up for shit.
I mean, I treat people. I know I say I work with other people. I still treat these people how I treat other people. I mean, if they have an illness, it's different. But I mean,
I'm just saying the general
I know the
population. If
older-
you're younger, the respect isn't really given; it's earned. But if you're older,
I think he
the
was
people
just
are gonna
trying to be
respect you
nice.
generally.
I don't think that he was thinking two thoughts about it. I'm not saying I like an old man touching, but like I didn't take it as this man's being a pervert. This man's making me very
But it's something that
uncomfortable.
stuck out to you to where you remembered him doing it.
Because I know how
before.
I only remembered it because I knew that you were gonna react to it and I saw you watching it. You were my like visual, and
Peripheral.
peripheral visual, and I saw you watching it, and I saw him doing it.
It's very, very.
I'm very
Stalker-like,
very observant, but
I mean, if you genuinely, if it was gonna make you uncomfortable,
no, it did. That's the thing. Like, I don't even barely hug family members, but like I wasn't gonna be
like, do
feeling
you
it.
not like being touched, especially from another dude?
I don't like being touched in general, but here's the thing. I see the frustration with it because it's like, yeah, I don't like being touched because that's my personal preference, but that's not just how I view the situation. I viewed it as this is just a man being polite and he's just doing too much, which is just like how I view that generation. I see old guys doing that all the time, even old ladies. Like,
right, they get away with it.
old ladies literally will hug me and touch my face or kiss my cheek
weird.
or I like it. they're my people though, but that's because I
Old
work
lady,
with
I
them.
wouldn't have a problem.
I work with. That's the thing though. You had a problem with it because it was a male.
Yeah.
So if it was a female, would you guys not feel the type of way about it?
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
See, I don't.
How would you feel if I dapped up a
So you're
random
saying
chick?
that men are just gross?
If I saw,
Well-
if I were talking in a,
Which I get perspectives because men do have the records more of like being nasty or weird or doing that.
It's the same
I
thing I was
agree.
telling my sister about like having guy friends and like girlfriends and stuff like that. Like, dudes, the mindset behind dudes doing stuff compared to girls doing stuff are just different. Like, that is when I would agree with like the men are pigs argument of like, bro,
But
most guys, if they're wanting to be friends with you, it's for sex.
And let me
If a
just
guy's touching you, it's because he's like getting some kind of endorphin through being able to touch a girl. Like, no matter the generation, like, I just like.
do you think that man was wanting to touch me and those other ladies to get off by it?
Not get off by it, but
Do you
like.
think he was doing it in weird intentions?
It definitely gives him some kind of serotonin to touch women.
Like, there's no. There's a reason behind it. Because if I was working, I wouldn't. Like, it was just, I don't know, it's just weird.
Do you take it as disrespect?
In a way, because like, if I were in that position,
you would not be touching somebody's
I
girl.
wouldn't be touching any girl. But like if I were to even be doing that type of thing, if I was like single and I was just looking for that type of thing, like if I saw a dude, I'd be like, maybe not this one, because I know he might say something.
I don't know
and
if
all
my
that.
mind's just different than your guys', but I view it as friendly.
That's the
I'm
guy.
not
I don't-
saying I view that from all people. Just like I can tell, like not always can tell, but like demeanors. I don't know. Like his demeanor didn't give off to me that this is a creepy old man.
Well, he's not gonna snatch you up in mire,
I mean,
but he is in a safe environment where he can do whatever he wants and not really take any repercussions in what he's.
I mean, I
doing.
could have
It's-
spoke
Like,
up.
he
about
has
it, but I
excuses
don't do
behind it, like what you're saying right now. Like he's just an old man, and he's just you think he's being nice because he's at his job and he's directing these people.
that.
To,
So you think the way you acted, you wouldn't do anything differently? You would.
no, that's what I told him.
he said.
Well,
I didn't hear what he said to begin with. I wasn't here for that conversation. So
I said I would still do like, hey, you ain't gotta touch my girl like that or whatever I said at first. But then after that, after he was like, "What?" I would have pushed you to the side, stepped up to him to like, it's like we're having a conversation type of thing, instead of like this awkward like middle area of like yelling and like, I would have just like been like, "Calm down. You don't gotta do all that. You
I
don't
said
gotta
that's
touch."
what got me is like you're literally sitting in my yelling with this
And
weird
that's what I was
man.
telling him was that's a part of the
Yeah, and it's just
impulsive.
like,
That's a part of the impulsive
well, you
behavior of thoughts.
I mean,
I mean, I think that
you got to be able to control
yeah,
somewhat.
it's gonna come with time. This is like a new experience for sure. Like obviously, it's not like you haven't been. Like, could you say that this is the most serious you've taken weight cutting up to like this point? Not just specifically this fight, but like this time in your career. Like, would you not say that weight cutting is like more intense for you now? Because you're like being more finer cut about the rules that you have on.
I think
weight
he's more
cut.
lax now.
But is it more? Is it like balanced because like?
I know. I feel like
You're
it's
not
because
starving yourself to just a ridiculous amount. You know the line, but you're now letting your mind sit in between the comfortability of like you're kind of starving, which is making you more irritable. But
I told him that too, by the way.
well, it's like a thing that is going to progress over time to be more controlled if you're willing to like look at that and be like, okay, where am I? Like for example, you saying if I did it again, it wouldn't be like that because you've had time to reflect. And I think that as time goes on and you've done more and more weight cutting and you've had more fights, that you'll just be less irritable.
Mind you, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We both had not ate anything all day.
Thank you, Seth.
I also fuck, what did you just say? About okay, yeah. I disagree with the it'll get easier because I feel like it was easier when it was like a new thing. Like my first fight, I was like, it was so easy to stop eating and cut weight. I was like, dude, I'm like living the life of a fighter type shit. But like the more I do it, it's like, man, it gets. I feel like but at the same time, something my coach Sean talks to me about is like I'm very self-aware. So I feel like one thing I talked to her about, like I might mess up in the same areas over and over again, but like very rarely will I back to back make the same mistake. Like I might even do that one mistake later on, but I don't think ever back to back I'm gonna make the same mistake because like I just learn, but I forget also, so it sucks.
We're not
But I mean
perfect.
I'm also young, so
We're not
when I'm 40,
perfect.
bro, I'll be locked in.
I think any kind of like negative psyche, such as like depression or anxiety or like being starved. If you did it enough times
Fair.
and you've went through it enough times and trialed and errored ways to stop it from getting out of hand, then I think that's like the learning process. It's like I have walls that I'll put up for depressive episodes because I'm like, oh shit, I see where this is going. I've been here before. I don't need to go down that route.
Similar to when I was about to walk out of Jersey Mike's and I was like,
Right. You're learning how to tame the beast of you being starved.
Yeah, what a great time to start. How long have you been working there?
yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. Last week it was like Monday.
Dude,
I don't even remember.
that's
the off days
tackling
I
a lot
had.
of discipline at once.
Yeah.
And honestly, I respect it.
Bro, yesterday I was at work from 10 to 5 and then at the gym from 5:30 to 10.
Oh, so just like a 12-hour shift.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Except half of it was like my passion. Yeah, but it was the second half, so I was even more
Dude.
dead and even more tired.
How much time
Not at
though?
all.
How much time do you do it though?
Like, what do you mean?
How if you had to put your hours of training a week, how many hours?
Definitely more than my jobs.
How much?
Especially
Do,
since I've been unemployed.
how much do you
I
do
work.
a week?
I'm at that.
worked masonry, you were working 40 plus hours.
Of course, yeah.
Is that-
But I'm talking about,
You're talking about working how you're
Fair.
working right now.
yeah, like
How often are you working right now?
30.
You're
Well,
working.
This week is Thanksgiving, like Thursday and Friday they're closed.
3 days last week.
Yeah, 3 days last week, which is probably gonna get up more the more I work.
3 days.
Like I think they're settling me in,
Uh,
kind of thing, and then bam, they're gonna
See-
have me work all the time.
yeah. Usually late. They need more stuff like that during the winter anyway. They
Which
need more people.
I'm very okay with that, like with the masonry job. That's what I enjoyed about it. Like I don't know what time I'm gonna get off because I'm focusing.
What was the
on,
masonry job?
So like we'd go and work on like fireplaces, or chimney, or
Oh yes.
something like
You were
that.
working 40 hours a
Dude, you
week.
wanna take this
Plus.
from me? When you're done?
Holy fuck!
Most of the time it was like
Duh,
over
I'm
40. Like I
fucking
think
starving.
over 40 every time.
Damn. Okay.
Like I would
Not
kind of
like
be
Keaton, though.
pissed when I got 42 hours a week or some shit because
I don't know
I
what
know
it's
how
like
much
to
money I'm
starve,
losing.
actually.
So you will work a lot.
so I am
All right.
down like
Sounds
after
good.
this fight
That's
for like the
burger
rest
chair,
of
huh?
winter
That's not true.
or at least the rest of the year. I'll be down to like work whatever hours they need because like I'm okay with money. Like what else do I got to do? Except for if
Yeah. What fights are coming?
it always gets to a point to where I'm like, dude, I have some money right now to pay my bills and shit. Like at this very second, on this very day, nothing's happening. This like, it sucks that you have to get through those specific days. But most of the time, like, if I don't have nothing going on,
Fair.
I might as well.
I get that. Yeah.
It's not all day, every day. Like maybe like twice a week.
Dude, I lived that life, bro. Whenever we first moved to Columbus, I had to work. Oh my god. I was Ubering all the time and doing 2 jobs.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was gonna say that your training outside of the gym counts too, like running and.
Oh yeah, true. Yes, I
don't know
count
if you were
that.
They
counting
kind of
that.
go hand to hand, low key.
Fair.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, do you put them in the same like part of the schedule?
Yeah, like
Oh, okay.
I'm
That's why I
very,
said 10.
I'm very all in or all out based.
Fair.
Like that's what I'm saying, bro. I hate that. I feel like once I become UFC, I don't want to be one of those guys who become UFC champ, and then like I'm like, whew, I got it all. Like I'm good
did it.
now, and then I'll fucking try to defend the title, and my mindset won't be there, and then I'll lose it, and then I'll turn into Conor.
What is your ultimate
Wait, which
goal
Connor?
with fighting? Yeah.
The other one's not good enough.
What's your ultimate goal with fighting? Like, do you want a specific UFC championship? Do you want to hold a specific UFC championship? What's the
Yeah,
goal?
I want to be the best 135er of all time.
Who are you up against? Who's the best right now?
That's the thing. It's kind of up in the air because there's been a lot of time since like Dominic Cruz.
Mm.
Like he's even still competing and he's been knocked out a couple times. But so it's like I don't know if it would be him.
So what? You just want to hold that position
Yeah.
for your entire career? I take it.
Yeah, I don't really care about being. I mean, if I become the like pound for pound goat, like they're
Yes,
saying, John
yes,
Jones,
yes,
then
yes.
like fuck yeah. But I'm cool with just being the 35 goat. You know what I'm saying? Hold the title, fucking make some dope ass defenses, have some dope ass fights, fighting fucking popular ass boxing matches when I retire from
Fair.
UFC type shit.
Okay, so you see like the career and you see the legacy.
Yeah, like I mean, if I get to that point and they offer me like a bare knuckle fight
Right.
for fucking 50,000, I'll do a bare knuckle fight for 50,000. It depends on how much money I have at the time,
They're in there talking about how good of a cook I am.
bro.
Damn,
That
bro,
shit
I'm jealous.
smells
I need
gas,
to eat.
bro. I thank you, and I'm not even fucking eating it.
Oh yeah, true.
I would cook for anyone, anytime. I fucking love cooking.
Are you wearing jeans under your sweatpants?
Yeah, I am.
Is that
I'm on the
comfy?
opposite end. I'm wearing my
I was
joggers
about
on
to
the
say,
inside.
wouldn't you do the opposite?
Jeans on the outside.
These pants would not fit in these jeans. These
Fair.
are skinny jeans.
Hey, it's for
You know
warmth.
me.
It's warmth's sake.
Hey, I feel you.
I don't ever
bro.
wear them anymore, but
The only non-skinny jeans I wear are like the cowboy-looking ones.
I went to the gym too much. My legs are like.
Bro, you're right, dude.
Yo.
Your calves are fucking.
And he's been running almost every day as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, that might. I would hope that helps shrink my legs.
Yeah, kind of would. Kind of would.
If you're trying to be really fast.
Almost 11. Oh, you trying to get out?
They have work in the morning too. I was thinking about that. They were talking about having to get up at like 6.
Bullshit.
All right, we're gonna take this time, even though I just got back. It's getting late, and our hosts are graciously awaiting our end. So, thanks for joining the Conscious Cast.
This is Seth Seth A. Mad Dog. Seth A. M. Matt.
Yeah.
How do you combine that? Seth A. M.
Matt AM,
Matt A. M.
Madam.
Madam, bro. Yeah,
Madam.
yeah. Madam. That's fucking funny.
And we're kind of doing this without the consent of the other two, so we're rebels, I guess.
Bro, we are very disagreeable.
But what are they gonna do? I'm gonna go click stop stream and be
They
a man
ain't
about
got
it.
A say in it.
So, thanks for joining.
Seth A.M. and I'm Keith Mad Dog Miller, and you are watching Madam.